Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest. Just a little bit. All right, we got a contract extension for the head coach of your Edmonton Oilers, Kris Knoblauch. 3-year extension, so he has a year left, gets an extension, so signed through the 28-29 season. So basically, end of June 2029 is when this contract will expire. Obviously, Knoblauch, the head coach of the Oilers for almost 2 full seasons, going to the Stanley Cup Final both those years. You will hear from Kris Knoblauch, and we'll discuss him and this extension throughout the course of the afternoon. Gene Principe is going to be on the show today. Great guy. I texted Gene this morning, and I said, Gene, would you like to come on my show? And he said, sorry, who is this? And I was like, it's Reid Wilkins. And he said, okay, and you are? No, he didn't.
He did not.
He did. Gene's going to hop on around 4 o'clock. Our buddy Evan Dom will be on the show. He's taken over as the CEO of Sport Edmonton. We'll look at the weekend in the Canadian Football League. We got our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week today. We are going to do Benny's Blind Rankings. We're going to do Jay's Play of the Day. We're going to do Fired Up for Jemco. We're going to do Buying or Selling for Damon Bunting. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to interact with you. We're going to do all of this in 3 hours. So let's see if we can do it. I think we can. Oilers also playing tonight in Vancouver against the Canucks. It's the final preseason game. Jay Scott, here's the studio audience applauding.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, have you ever been to the a taping of a talk show?
No.
So I was fortunate enough in 2007 to go to Letterman.
Really?
Yeah. So the tickets are free, but you have to book ahead of time. So my buddy, I went with Onright, he took care of that. And then they just pump you up the entire time. Like you're waiting in the lobby to go in, and they have, I think they're all interns, just be like, hey, yeah, you ready to go? Just energy. Right. And then somebody comes on and says, hey, let's everybody be ready to go. Dave has a camera in his office that's on the lobby, and the more energy he sees from you guys, David Letterman's not sitting there watching.
Don't care.
But they build it up, and you're just made to feel like, oh yeah, I gotta clap and laugh at everything. I gotta be ready to go. And it's the tapings, I think, at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, Eastern time in Manhattan, and then you go in, and Letterman comes out and does a couple minutes of sort of hello, tells a joke or two beforehand and says, yeah, let's get ready to go, everybody. And then he runs off stage and acts like he's not going to make it off stage in time. And, and he bantered with Schaefer. And then he comes out, and all these interns who are in the lobby are stationed around the Ed Sullivan Theater. And they're just jumping up and down, everybody clap. And the applause signs, and you just be like, oh my God, I gotta engage. And then it goes through the show. And honestly, I love Letterman. It was one of the worst Letterman shows I've ever seen.
No.
He didn't do a top 10 list. I've never seen that before. There was no top 10 list. I think Kelly Clarkson was on, which was okay. There was some author of a book I'd never heard of. So anyway, but we got to go. And then, so all this time, it's energy. And then the show ends. So Letterman signs off, slips backstage, Schaefer and the band keep playing. And then all out of nowhere, all these guys who look like they're Secret Service, tough looking guys, shaved heads, the earpieces in, all of a sudden they're in front of every section and every aisle, giving you okay,
really?
get out, walk out of here. It goes from yeah, we need all your energy to you are no longer needed. We will execute you if you don't leave the theater in 15 seconds.
That's cold,
How did
man.
I start telling the story? Where did this come
Continue.
from?
Tell me another story.
That's the end of the story.
Well, no, I want to hear another story.
That's the end of the story.
Have you ever been to, a musical?
I've seen musicals on stage, yes. Not like a Broadway one. I've not been to a musical on Broadway. I don't have a Broadway musical story.
Any musical
I've seen musicals at, I saw musicals at the Fringe.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
We're going to take these.
No, we got to do that. We got a lot of good content there.
We're just going to have story time with Reid.
Well, we'll have stories
It'll just be the whole show of you talking about funny stories that have happened.
That's the only one I have. It's not even that funny.
That's not it. You told the pooping story with you and on, right?
Well, he wrote that in his book.
That's a great story.
I also have a version of that story.
Yes.
We're not going to poop today. You were taking care of that yesterday. Or was it just flatulence? Just extreme flatulence.
Yeah, just aftermath of a chili cook-off.
Okay. What else are we doing today? So we're going to hear from Coach Knoblauch, all the other great stuff going on. I had a great night watching sports last night. I was flipping back and forth. Yankees beat the Red Sox. So the Yankees play the Blue Jays, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon?
2:08.
Or 2:08 p.m., the Mountain Time.
Missed.
Cam Schlittler. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thank you.
Cam Schlittler. Brilliant performance for the Yankees against the Red Sox in the 4-0 win. And then there was the undermanned 49ers pulling off the overtime upset against the Rams. I mean, credit to the Rams outgained them. What they fumbled on the one, I think they fumbled on the 25 at one point. They missed a field goal, longer one, but still missed. They missed an extra point. And then 4th and 1 in overtime. So they could have kicked it to tie the game.
Yes.
And then likely San Francisco would have had the last possession to win.
Yep.
Like I still think it's an advantage to go first in overtime because with the 10 minutes you might get the extra possession. Though the Rams won the toss and kicked off because they wanted to know how many points they needed. Well,
it turned out to be an advantage because the Rams decided that they were going to try and win the game by going for it on 4th down. It was just that was just a terrible play call.
Right.
Run it down the throat when you need a yard.
That was
Matthew Stafford was throwing the ball around the field all night. Why take it out of his hands?
I was surprised to see that. I mean, look, it's a yard. You'd like to think you're running back to get a yard
for a play action,
but
off of that,
I think,
or a bootleg.
I mean, credit to the Niners. They must have been exhausted. Like the defense was on the. Well, actually, that's not true because the Niners were able to get the time of possession in the first half. But they weren't. You're right. They were kind of. The Rams were moving the ball, like you said. I was surprised it wasn't a pass, and it was almost like the Niners were like, okay, if you want to throw again, maybe you'll beat us, but we're not going to give you a yard along the ground, and they couldn't get it. But that's the joy of football, right? Those little coaching decisions.
You know what, Reid?
And overtime lends itself even more so to that.
I'm sorry, I didn't care. I just didn't care because you know why? Because Jay's play of the day had already hit.
What was that again?
What a night. What a time to be alive. I think I'm perfect this week.
You have hit before.
Well, it was just a good one. It was a nice one. It was a Puka Nacua touchdown and a Kyron Williams touchdown.
Well, he's a hell of a receiver, eh? Pardon my language.
He's okay. Yeah, he's pretty good. And there was thoughts. I mean, there was the thought of him maybe slipping this year or falling off, but I think he's turned it on. And Matthew Stafford finds him in most critical situations, which are most plays for them.
Right.
But no, that was a nice hit. That was a plus 220 or something.
Oh,
like
good
that.
Stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff. I thought it was it was just a fun night, kind of just watching sports. So it was 2 interesting games, and the Blue Jays get so what they actually have the same record, right? Blue Jays and Yankees during the season.
Yeah.
So, but the Blue Jays, what was it, 8-5? I think. What was it? Jeff was talking about that on the show yesterday. So it'll be fun. Blue Jays obviously start at home tomorrow, so we'll be talking about that as long as the Blue Jays keep going. Remember, you can get in touch. First of all, thanks for however you're consuming the show. We're streaming on iHeartRadio. We're streaming on TuneIn Radio. Those are great apps to use, really easy to use on your phone. If you're listening, you're already using one, show somebody in your life how to use it. Because we still get a lot of like, I don't understand how these guys work. Oh, what? So like they tape a podcast and then they put it up 2 days later? No, we're live. We are a radio station. You just don't use a traditional radio, like the big arched ones you'd have in the corner of your living room. And you can still listen in your car. So help us educate people. We're doing that. You can help us as well. We're also on YouTube. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube if you haven't already. If you have, encourage other people again to check us out, subscribe. And don't forget, on YouTube, there's a little icon that looks like a thumbs up. It's a hand giving a thumbs up. Hover your mouse over that and click it.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, so let's try to get to 100 thumbs as we do every show. And you can get in touch. The Nasty Chat, you can post in there if you're watching on YouTube as well. Chat with us, and usually with each other. Sometimes Jay and I jump in there. You can email jay@edmontonsportstalk.com, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, and you can text the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week. That is from 2 to 5 p.m. And, of course, the number is 780-218-9999. Any early texts we want to look at?
No.
Okay, good.
But I will say this. It's a member of the Combine Crew's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Bryce the Sparky.
Bryce the Sparky?
Yeah, he's turning 78.
I didn't realize that was his full name. He's turning 78.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's much younger than that.
I think he might be.
He might be.
I think everybody in the Combine Crew is younger than me.
But if you see him at the CFR tonight, say happy 78th. We'll carry it on.
Yeah, we'll just do it. Your
Why not?
birthday is Tuesday?
Yeah,
You're turning 44?
44.
Like we're two guys, we don't really care. It's like, oh, we're aging. Like that's normal.
44 ain't care no
44
more.
is good.
Yeah.
Good age.
It is a good age. That equals 8, which I believe is a lucky number.
4 plus 4, I guess.
Right?
I believe in China is not a, because they started the 08 Olympics at 8:08 on August 8th, 2008 or something like that.
Our first house that we lived in was house number 880. And when we were buying it,
okay,
we had an offer in that was, we had the first offer in, but the realtor was saying there's a bunch of other offers coming just based on the house number.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I think it is.
It's odd how we humans form connections to numbers.
Well, yeah.
Because really, you should be able to. Like, I know hockey players like certain numbers, but it's also like, if you don't feel like you can play well because you have a different number, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just comfort.
Yeah, I guess it's comfort.
Supersize Indiana Jones says, OMG, Glue Guy's birthday week next week. Start the party now.
Yeah, well, we started it on Monday. We're doing birthday month.
Yeah.
With Jasmine's help.
It will barely be celebrated on...
What if I told...
What is it, Tuesday?
Can you imagine if I told Jasmine to organize a birthday party for you? Like, you'd be exhausted. How elaborate it would be. It'd be like, Jasmine, I've already ridden a Puma and a Jaguar. I'm not riding the elephant down White Ave and doing shots.
That would be... I don't know. I wouldn't know what to expect. I think
you could expect being exhausted.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is I guess I'm kind of halfway through life.
Yes, we probably are, buddy. Like, bring it down a notch.
I'm not bringing it down. I'm saying celebrate life. No. Don't muddy the waters here.
I'm half dead.
No, that is not what I said, Riedrich. I just said, like, hey, this is great. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm the wealthiest man in the world.
You are one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life.
Well,
I'm probably one of the most sour and dour people you've ever met.
That's a front. You're actually quite nice. For the most problem.
Yeah. We should. Okay. Here's my thing to Jasmine. Jasmine, can you think of an activity for Jay's birthday that you can do with him at work next week that takes 15 to 30 minutes? Okay, Jasmine, there's your challenge. A 15 to 30 minute birthday activity for Jay.
Crossword?
We'll leave that to Jasmine. Well, it's up to her.
That's Sudoku?
She knows herself. She knows you. She knows how everybody fits in together here at EST. She's going to bring something.
We could
That's
go play pass out on the green space there.
You
Football.
and Jasmine?
Yeah. Just a couple pals throwing the rock around.
I think she'll come up with something pretty original. Yeah, Kris Knoblauch contract extension. So we'll have some clips from him coming up in the oil understood that is presented by GCL Diesel. We have the afternoon headlines brought to you by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Coach Nobby feeling like $1 million today. He'll be coaching the Oilers for 4 more seasons after today's extension. Hey, Stan Bowman, time to get your captain to sign on the dotted line. You can borrow my pen if you need one. Finally, the end of the exhibition season for the Oilers tonight in Vancouver. Any more preseason games, and I'd be joining my brother-in-law on the back porch for a scotch and a ciggy. So it's the Bronx Bombers for the Blue Jays. Smoke-throwing Cam Schlittler is coming for you, Vladdy. Hope you don't schlit your pants. I'm Chet Palmer.
It's a little Chet Palmer. Thanks, Chet. Have a good weekend,
Chet,
buddy.
Oh, my gosh. Scotch and a ciggy, eh?
Yeah. I want to meet his brother. His brother-in-law sounds like a real degenerate.
I wonder if Chet his brother is just like sounds like him, looks like him, but just took the wrong turn in life.
But it's his brother-in-law.
Does he have a name?
No, I don't. We don't know, Coop. We gotta
wait till it's Chet. We gotta let Chet tell the story of him.
Yeah, someday
he's starting to open up a bit.
Someday Chet will tell the story.
Chet said if they'd like to use his pen, I often have wondered what pen Chet would use. Is that like where you dab the ink?
No, that'd be the bookbinder's pen.
Oh, yeah. Forgive me. Oh, true story. I'm going to bring it in next week. My daughter wrote a book.
Okay. She wrote a book.
It's on it's off of like a notepad.
Okay.
She just made like 8 pages of notepads and she wrote a book.
Okay. And
I'm going to leave it in the office for the bookbinder to come get.
And overnight, maybe it'll appear bound.
And I want to see what comes back.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it and throw it out there and see what the world brings back.
Okay. That's awesome stuff.
It's actually pretty well written for a 9-year-old.
Well, I'm sure it is. Well, I'm sure she inherited a lot of intellect.
Oh, yeah. April's quite smart.
Jeez. All right. We got to do. So that's the afternoon headlines for 100.3.
How's the pen situation?
It's working okay. I'm bringing in way less paper now, so Matthew will be happy with me. Well, maybe less unhappy with me. It's been working okay. I got the sheets and sheet protectors. I'm using a dry erase pen to mark them and then wipe them off after the show. I'm quite proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too, buddy. You know what? I can't wait. I want to come in early on Monday just to see Awanik's face when he comes in.
I think he's still off Monday, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think he's back Tuesday.
He's back Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. So did we take a picture?
I'll take one during the break. Yeah, okay. Because they're almost done it, and then we'll show everybody what it looks like.
You set it up, and then I'll do the topic.
So I show up for the hangout this morning, and there's a big moving van outside, which is still sitting right there. And I'm thinking, okay, that looks like the movers that we used for our move. Maybe they're coming to pick up some of those crates.
Right.
Come up the stairs, and they are here saying, yeah, we got your reception desk. He says, pardon? Didn't know anything about this. And, of course, I can't go talk to Awanik. He's gone.
Yeah.
I can't go talk to Dusty. He's gone.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, guys, what's the size of this thing? Well, it's 10 feet by 7 feet. Okay. I had no idea how to set it up. They showed me a picture of it. So we came up with an idea where to put it. So they start setting this thing up, and it is massive. It's going to take over the whole main area there.
Yeah.
So I'm freaking out. I'm like, Dustin, I need you. He's like, you just tell, see if they can shorten it here. I trust your judgment. Just do it.
Right.
Okay. So I'm pulling Eric out. I'm pulling you out. Like, guys, what do we think here? So we have a new reception desk. It is beautiful. Like, it is serious. It's first class.
Right.
As far as reception desks go, this might be one of the nicest I've seen, to be quite honest.
Did you sell them at Avon's Furniture?
No.
Okay.
No. That wasn't our business. So they are now setting it up. I think it's almost done, but it's phenomenal. I don't know who's going to use it though.
Because we don't actually have a receptionist. Or do we? Our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. So we would like you to tell us your qualifications for being our receptionist for a day.
Yeah, sell us.
Yeah. Why should you be the EST guest receptionist for a day?
Yeah, part-time, come in one day.
Or you're part-time, yeah, whatever.
One day a week. Man the reception, because the reception desk, here would be your tasks. Would be to greet anybody that comes up the stairs, possibly offer them a water. And, well, maybe not everybody. Those water bottles aren't, they're not free, Reid. And to hand out prizes.
Yeah,
that's the main role.
That would be big.
So, Mr. Mike's gift card for Kind of Easy Trivia, the Royal Pizza text of the day, that kind of stuff, and document it. So I think most people can do it, but saying that out loud says, well, you need to now impress us as to why you should be chosen.
Yeah. Caster 1990 says I can answer the reception phone in Chet Palmer's voice. That's not bad.
No phone, though.
Well, yeah, we don't have an office
No.
phone. Well, Dustin could leave his cell phone there. And he could he could answer it for Dustin. So that is our off-topic topic for William Huff. Tell us why you should be our receptionist for a day, then now that we have a new desk. Incredible stuff. Okay, 780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You're going to hear from Kris Knoblauch. Coming up, Benny's Blind Rankings and Jay's Play of the Day, all before 4 o'clock. Gene Principe at 4 o'clock, so gather the kids around the speaker. Everybody loves to hear from Gene. And remember, if you're watching on YouTube, do not be a pleasure delayer. Give us a thumbs up.
Let's go for 100 in the first
Or share
hour.
the show
Let's
link
go.
with other people and tell them to give us a thumbs up. Jasmine is already starting to plan your 15-minute birthday party here at the office next week. Here's our good buddy, Zachary Kubish.
Oilers head coach Kris Knoblauch has signed a 3-year extension, with Knoblauch being the team's bench boss since November 2023. And Edmonton has their preseason finale in Vancouver. Stuart Skinner, the expected starter. Vasily Podkolzin back in the team's lineup. Puck drop for that one goes at 8 with 4 other games around the league. And in other Oilers news, Matt Tompkins has been recalled from the AHL. On the road, it's the Oil Kings challenging the Warriors at 5 o'clock. Edmonton second in the East, 3-1. As the Warriors are undefeated after 3 games in this season. Football news, Cooper Rush will take snaps for the Ravens this weekend in Houston. Lamar Jackson out with a sprained hamstring, suffered last week in Kansas City. In other news, Chuba Hubbard is sidelined with a calf injury this week for the Panthers. They play the Dolphins Sunday, while Dallas Goedert is good to go for the Eagles. They take on the Broncos Sunday. Goddard being limited at practice this week with a knee injury. Now he's CFL Week 18 kicks off from Ottawa. Red Blacks and Riders hit the field at 5:30. For the Jays, it's Kevin Gausman taking the mound tomorrow in Game 1 against the Yankees. Plus, Bo Bichette is still day-to-day according to Jays manager John Schneider. Bichette not playing since early September. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it. Leon and Connor out late in a penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers.
Are you up a goal or down a goal?
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, but I think you just told me why it should be fired, because they
Right.
think offense when they're on the ice, even if they...
Yeah, fire in general. I would generally fire it. Situationally hire it. If you're down a goal late, yeah, I'm throwing them out.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Win big this NFL season at the Canadian Brewhouse presented by Bud Light. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 60, plus prizes like smokers, Bud Light coolers, and a trip to an NFL home opener next season. Enjoy $1 off Bud Light and Budweiser tankers. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
Fall football in your living room just became the Fan Zone. Before you move in the giant screen, make space to cheer on your favorite team with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Why did you leave me so fast? You never gave me a helping chance. Just fall out.
Little North Shore coming back. Well, this is both North Shore and Brody, isn't it? This is the one So Nice you did it twice. Fallout, your big hit.
Yeah, number one hit, yeah.
About being dumped.
That's what brought everybody to the
Is it
bars.
a heartbreak song?
I
song
don't
of
even
heartbreak
know.
and woe?
I don't know, dude. I just sang the dang
He just
song.
sang the lyrics. He didn't know what he was talking about.
Because you're not the girl I took you for. No, you're much harder to decipher. Your Fallout stayed with me.
Oh, wow. And then that's how they got the idea to call one of the Mission Impossible movies Fallout from that song. But then they didn't use that song for the movie. Our off-topic topic for William Huff. Jace, like, what is he talking about?
No,
just a little movie aside. Off-topic topic. Give us your qualifications to be the EST receptionist for a day. We have a new reception desk that is quite large.
It's impressive.
It's unwieldy.
It's legit. I think it's going to go up on our socials soon. Zach, you should take that picture and put it on our screen somehow. The second one I sent there. Bronco Nick says, I can pretend I am Mama from Throw Mama from the Train and greet everyone with a, who the hell are you all of a sudden?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Mike, the Michigan
that's
fan.
Pretty good.
If I were EST receptionist for the day, this is a good offer. Nobody would go hungry or need a lunch break. I would bring in any requests I can make on the smoker for an EST all-day feast.
You could have a smoker at the desk, yeah.
I think Mike's the clubhouse leader right now. VR Montenegro has sent in quite a lengthy resume for receptionist.
Oh, my goodness.
One,
it's on his LinkedIn.
He enjoys meeting nasties. 2, great at just hanging out or in cracking wise. 3, bubble bobble champion. 4, can help empty the beer fridge. 5, live limerick readings as the lushful leprechaun. And 6, Cliff Clavin-esque trivia knowledge. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. All right. Keep those coming in to the River Creek Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999, or post in the nasty chat.
Do you have that picture?
He put it up.
Oh, he did.
So
okay.
the people on YouTube would have seen it. It's a very large reception desk. If you're on the audio stream, come back in on YouTube and see it.
Imagine
it's surprisingly big for what I thought we'd be getting.
Well, it's surprisingly big.
I hope Dustin doesn't mind me saying that.
It's surprisingly big and nice.
Yeah, like it is nice.
I like that it's got a whiteboard.
Considering we don't have a receptionist, that's what makes
that's the rub.
The thoroughness of it, the vastness of it, a little surprising. Oilers in Vancouver tonight. Here's what we expect for the line combinations, if you're into this sort of thing. McDavid with Draisaitl and Frederick. Nuge with Podkolzin and Mangiapane. Podkolzin's back. Tomasek with Howard and Kapanen. Philp with Henrique and Savoy. Jones and Lazar. Extra, and Janmark is a little under the weather. Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Stetcher as Wallman remains day-to-day. Kulak with Emberson. Skinner, the goaltender, with Calvin Pickard to be the backup tonight. And then the season will start for real Wednesday against Calgary. This game tonight is on Sportsnet. The Canucks games are all televised, so you can spend your Friday night watching Oilers preseason if you like. It's the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. I cast a spell.
Yes.
I cast a
scared.
spell. So Kris Knoblauch gets a contract extension. He's going into the final year of his contract, so a 3-year extension on top of that. So this one expires in the summer of 2029. Hopefully he's the coach for that long, because it'd be nice to have some stability, because as we know, the Oilers have generally changed coaches a lot, even when they've had some good teams. Knoblauch, initial reaction to the extension.
I'm obviously very excited about that likelihood, or just being part of this team. The last couple of years have been phenomenal, and to be able to work for this organization, I'm very blessed with having talented players, but also players with outstanding character who want to win. And then also the staff and everybody else I worked with has been a completely fabulous experience for me. Overall, I especially like to thank the Cates family for just having first of all, hiring me, having faith in me, but just having a well-run organization to be a part of.
All right, Kris Knoblauch, who, Jay, we have talked about this before, but I remember even the first day he got hired, he said, I see a bunch of players who maybe are a little tight or doubting themselves or not feeling that confident. We know if you're going to coach in the NHL, you got to know the X's and O's and have tactics and have, ideas. But he also talks a lot about players feeling confident, not overthinking, just going out there and feeling good about themselves. So I said today, you've brought that up several times since you started as the Oilers head coach. I said, where does that come from? Was there a coach who treated you like that when you were a player? Tell me a little bit more about the feel-good confidence aspect that you try to instill in your players.
I was very fortunate through my playing career that I had some really good coaches, and at that time, I know of a lot of friends, former teammates, whatever, their experiences weren't always so positive, where it was a different era where a lot of guys got treated very poorly. I think about the time that all the coaches I had through junior and university, and I believe they all treated me with respect, and I know as a player I appreciated that. And, going through my early on in coaching, and especially during times when you're going through a slump and other coaches crack the whip a little bit more and they're harder on players and maybe not treating with them full respect. And sometimes as a coach early on, I was tempted to maybe go down that path, and maybe what I was doing wasn't right, but I felt that, I just stayed true to what I believed in. And, I think as no matter what profession you're in, in your sales or whatever work it is, you're probably going to get the most out of people if you show them respect.
Yeah, I think that's the way coaching has gone. Generally, the era of coaches being taskmasters or things like that, I think is fading. And it doesn't mean you. I think you can do what Knoblauch is saying and still be demanding and still have high expectations. And I still think you can be a disciplinarian or take a player out of the lineup or look him in the eye and say, this isn't good enough. But I also think we're in the era where if you tell a player that, you need to be concrete also about how he can improve. I think, maybe in years past or generations past, it would be like, hey, you're terrible. Get out of my sight. Now it's like, you are not playing to expectations. Even Luke Gazdic told that story about when MacT briefly coached the team there when Todd Nelson took over, that MacT came up to him and said at practice, he goes, you were terrible last night. But then he said, you're a big body. You need to protect the puck. You have to focus on that if you're going to stay in the NHL. He didn't just come up and say you're terrible and skate away. And then the players left thinking oh my God.
What did I do?
Yeah, what did I do? So, and I think we've seen Knoblauch. I will say this. I think of all the Oilers coaches I've covered, he's been the most likely to make a change, or to make a change that I sort of raised an eyebrow to, but then it worked. To scratch a guy and then bring him back, but higher in the lineup than when he was scratched. Like basically saying, okay, I took you out, you took your medicine, but now I'm going to trust you.
Yeah.
So prove me right. So anyway, I think that's pretty relevant what he's talking about there. And he was also asked about who's influenced him. I don't know if you knew this, Jay. Knoblauch's a former U of A Golden Bear hockey player. And his coach there was Rob Dahm.
Well, I learned quite a bit. He was always calm and composed, organized, and always he had a teacher mentality. He went to school to become a teacher. I don't think he ever was a school teacher, but I think he treated his hockey team as like a classroom, and he was always teaching us how to be better. And I always had a lot of respect for him because he treated us with a lot of respect, but he was always organized and wanted to get the most out of the players.
All right. Well, Rob Dahm generally did. So I think Knoblauch has taken that forward and applied that as he's become a coach. It is interesting about. I remember. I think I've talked about this book. It was a biography of Vince Lombardi. And, of course, the great Packers coach. This was written almost 30 years ago, 25 or 30 years ago. I can't remember what it's called now. I've mentioned it on shows in the past. And, several former Packer players were interviewed for it. And they said that he would spend the first part of a week, like, breaking you down, but then he would start building you up the closer it got to a game.
Oh, really?
So it was sort of like, you get to practice Monday. I don't know what the days off they had back then. Probably none. You come back after the game Monday or Tuesday, you're terrible, you miss this block, you do this, and then you're building up to Sunday, and it's like, boy, you're looking good. Like, boy, you're really coming on. Like, so, hey, to be a coach, you got to be a little bit of a psychologist. And I don't mean this word in like a negative sense, but you do have to be a bit of a manipulator, don't you?
To get the most out of your players?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because all these different players you have different brains. They all function differently. They all need to be stroked differently, right? You can't just, some people need all the accolades and the, hey, good job, way to go,
Right.
Some people don't want to hear that. They just want to say, how can I get better? Cut the fluff. Don't need it. So you have to navigate that as a coach. And clearly he's doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
But I like what you said about, he's made decisions that we've sat here and said, What's that all about? But I don't think there's been one, at least not major, that has backfired. Right? Now, does this have any bearing on anything to do with Connor McDavid extending? I mean,
that's a good question. I would say probably not.
Not knowing that you have this coach is locked up for 3 years. Not that he needs to be here for 3 years or will, but he's extended for, I guess 4 total now.
Yeah.
You don't think that plays into?
I don't know, because I think McDavid would have known this was going to happen anyway.
True.
So I don't think he's waiting to see how long they commit to Knoblauch.
Okay.
I don't think. What do you think?
I don't think it can hurt. Have some consistency behind the bench. I mean, how many coaches has Connor McDavid had in his career?
I'd have to count. I think it's 6 if you count Hitch being an interim coach.
Right. So to have some stability in that position with this core group of guys,
right,
might mean something.
I see some people asking about the Oilers game. It is on TV tonight. You do not have to pay for it. It's on Sportsnet West at 8 o'clock. You don't have to have Oilers Plus. You don't have to have Sportsnet Plus for this one. It is on your regular cable. Is that what we call it? It's on Sportsnet West.
Yeah.
Because the Canucks deal has their games broadcast, so it's going to be picked up. So anyway, that's you don't have to pay for it or try to get it on your laptop or your phone. You can watch it on your good old-fashioned television. Give us a thumbs up if you are coming to us on YouTube. We got 54. But yeah, Jay wants to get to 100 in the first. It'd be cool if we already had 100 thumbs by the time Gene came on.
Yeah, then
at
we
the
could
top of the hour.
We could surprise him.
Then
and
we could say, "Hey, Gene, you're on the 100 thumb show."
That's right.
And Gene would be like, "I don't know who either of you are, but thanks for having me."
Right.
But we'd still have 100 thumbs for Gene.
What am I on and why am I here?
Yeah, that's what. Gene's such a nice guy.
He is.
Well, a good dresser too.
Well, yeah. I don't know. The only time I've seen him in person recently, he was topless.
Where did you see him in person topless?
Running the marathon.
Oh, did he have his shirt off for that? I think he did the half, right?
The half. Yeah, he did.
He's done a full. Fulls are torture.
I'm going to ask him about that.
Yeah, we got to ask him about his running.
Yeah,
he's such an awesome guy. We'll get his perspective on Knoblauch and some storylines going into this Oilers season. Jay's play of the day is coming up. It's Elks focused, even though they don't play. So I got to see what you did for that. Benny's blind rankings is going to focus on NHL coaches. Here comes the Coop.
Kris Knoblauch is here to stay in Edmonton, signing a 3-year extension with the Oilers through the 2028-29 season. And from Vancouver, the Oilers close out their preseason at 8 o'clock. Vasily Podkolzin returning to Edmonton's lineup, having Matthias Janmark expected to miss at least a week for the team. In other news, NHL insider Chris Johnston has reported that the Senators have acquired Curtis McDermott from the Devils in exchange for Zach McEwen. NFL news, Lamar Jackson is out with a sprained hamstring suffered last week against the Chiefs. Cooper Rush to start for the Ravens as they battle the Texans Sunday. Back up north, the Riders and Red Blacks begin CFL Week 18. Both teams on a 2-game slide. Riders 10-4 on the season. Red Blacks bottom of the league at 4-10. Kickoff goes at 5:30. And from Toronto, Kevin Gausman has been named the Game 1 starter for the Jays tomorrow as they face the Yankees. Toronto and New York matching up for the first time in the postseason. With some updates on Bo Bichette of the Jays, he remains out. He's day-to-day with a knee injury that's kept him sidelined since early September. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Give them a call at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, it's Benny's Blind Rankings. Next, here on The Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The oil stream. We saw guys get sent down. That Leppinen, it's going to take some time. I think in the last couple games, he didn't look as effective as he did in the early part of the preseason, and that's fine. To me, the reassuring thing about this training camp, and the thing I feel like I've learned, and maybe us collectively, watching, observing, covering this team, is that the shelves are a little bit more stocked.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi Lavallee. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileshow.com.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, good to have you tuning in Friday afternoon. It's 3:45. Ben Thompson is here. We're going to have his blind rankings very soon, but it is that wonderful time of day.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
For Play Alberta, it's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and of course, sports betting. Mr. Milne.
Okay, I said I was going to do this yesterday, so I'm going to do it. I'm a man of the people. This is what a perfect weekend for your Edmonton Elks would look like.
Oh, nice.
A Saskatchewan Roughriders win. A Hamilton Tigger Cats win. And a BC Lions win.
Yes.
That has been boosted to plus 287. That's a good number. And I got to be honest with you. Jay's having a good week.
Are you?
I am. I'm perfect thus far, shooter.
Ooh. Ooh. Pretty good.
Yeah, so
Shooter McGavin.
we're gonna roll with this. Now, I will say this. If the Hamilton's the one I'm concerned about. Hamilton, Toronto. Tor, yeah. The Argonauts. So if you don't like that, there also is the early bird bet. CFL Moneyline Parlay, Rough Riders, and Lions. Keeps Hamilton out of it. That number is plus 136. So there's some very good CFL plays here. This one from the Grand Silly Goosest Parlay. Uke put this together with the D-Gen crew. David Montgomery to score 2 or more touchdowns. Frankfurt versus Bayern Munich. Both teams to score and 4+ goals. Plus Ramiz Abrahimaj to win UFC.
Oh, wow.
That's plus 2,500. I mean, that's got the word sprinkle written all over it.
Sprinkle it on, baby.
Sprinkle on, baby. All right, that's Jay's play of the day. Don't forget to always use your games.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, and joining us now in the Canadian Brewhouse studio, UFC 320 is live tomorrow at the Canadian Brewhouse. Watch TVs at every turn, ice cold drinks, non-stop action. You won't miss a moment. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. It is our newest employee here at Edmonton Sports Talk, Ben Thompson. Ben, how are you doing?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me on once again. Tradition now on this Friday.
This has become a yearly event that became an annual tradition.
There you go.
To quote The Simpsons, it is Ben's blind rankings. What?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that was from. There's a Simpsons episode. There's it might have been the old sea captain or somebody. And what started as a yearly event became an annual tradition.
It's funny because they're the same things.
Yeah.
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 They're synonymous.
Yeah.
So this would be a weekly event that became a every 7 day tradition. Yeah, something like that. I need other words for weekly. All right, so we're gonna do Benny's blind rankings. Explain quickly how we got to do this in about 10 minutes because Gene's coming up.
Basically, I have a topic, and anything that falls under that topic is available for this ranking. The game here is that they don't know what's coming next, and they have 5 slots. They have to try to properly rank this topic. And the topic today is going to be coaches with the highest loss count. I don't know if I said that right.
In the NHL.
Yeah.
Losingest coaches.
The most
in NHL
losingest
history,
coaches.
And you've only taken out of the top 20.
Out of top 20.
So this is a fact-based one.
Yeah.
Jay and I were not allowed to look this up or do any research.
So we're ranking losers.
So the number one will have the most losses in NHL history.
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
And you've only taken out of the top 20 coaches with the most losses.
Yep.
And many of these probably also have a lot of wins because you would have had to coach a lot of games. So this should be fun.
Okay.
It could be that the winningest coach of all time has the most losses.
Well, isn't in the NBA, isn't Lenny Wilkins both, or did someone pass him? I know at one point Lenny Wilkins, I think, was the winningest and losingest coach in the NBA.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out right now.
We'll find out.
This is fun.
I will lead you guys off with John Tortorella.
John Tortorella. He would definitely not be first overall, and so I don't think he'd be first on this list. But he has coached a long time. He would be.
I'm locking Torts in at 3.
Several hundred losses. I'm going to put him 4.
Okay.
Just because I think there would be.
The only reason I'm doing 3 is because I need some room here to go.
You need some room to, some wiggle room.
Okay.
Yeah, Tortorella's, well, he's been a coach a long time, but I think there will be some other guys higher up.
You can just do last name, Zach, if that makes it easier.
Or just put Torts.
Torts.
Yeah, Torts or whatever. I sent you essentially only the last names, I think. Okay. So 3 for you, Jay. 4 for you, Reid.
Yeah.
Pat Quinn.
Oh, geez. He'd be up there, I think.
This is just NHL games.
This is just NHL losses. I think he would have more losses than Tortorella because he coached Philly, Vancouver. He was only here a year. Am I missing somewhere he coached? He coached a lot. Oh, he coached the Leafs. Yeah,
he coached in Toronto.
I'm gonna put Pat Quinn number 2. I think he'd be well up there.
Pat Quinn coached a long time.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Even if you have good teams,
but he didn't really.
Well, some years he did.
Some years. He had some. Yeah. I have to go above Torts, so I'll put him at 2.
Yeah, I also have him at 2, but I had Torts at 4.
Okay. So you got some wiggle room there.
I think Jay has Tortorella at 3, Coop, if you got time to change. I know you're working hard on the fly.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait for... Oh, okay, yeah.
No, it's fine.
He's got it.
Coop's all over it.
He's all over it. Okay. Paul Maurice.
Ooh. Yeah, I think he'd probably... yeah, okay, I'm going to put Maurice 3. I say he's lost more than Tortorella, but not as much as Quinn. This is a good list, man. This is a really good list because we don't know where you're going next.
Yeah. I could go... Actually, no. I said top 20. I was about to say I can go like Kris Knoblauch, but no.
Yeah, this is all... So what Ben has done, he's looked at the coaches who have...
The highest loss count
of the
of
top
all time.
20,
top
right?
20.
Yeah. So you're probably thinking to yourself...
It's not percentage. It's not percentage or anything. It's just
losses.
raw
Not winning percentage,
losses.
not loss percentage, just total losses. Yeah.
Has Paul Maurice lost more games than John Tortorella?
I think he has, because I think he's coached a little more, hasn't he?
I don't know that he has.
He started pretty
I can't
young,
use any of the
well, yeah, this is
to
the
figure
thing.
it out.
I think Maurice would have been a head coach slightly before Tortorella was a head coach. I'm putting Maurice with more losses than Tortorella.
Okay, I'm putting him at 4.
Okay.
Sorry, brah.
So we both have 1 and 5 left. Interesting.
Oh, here you go. Okay. Barry Trotz.
Oh, man. So he coached. Oh, man. Where would Trotz be?
Man, that guy's coached everywhere.
I
have to put him 1.
Yeah, I have to put him 1, though. Now I wonder if I should have put Quinn 1. I'm going to put Trotz 1.
Okay.
Coached Nashville forever and then coached, the Caps and the Islanders. Did pretty well, but again, just long. I mean, this is the thing. If you coached a team for 10 years, that's probably 300 losses right there. I mean, you could go 50 and 30 every year, which is 100 points.
Which is good.
That's a good record.
10 years, you've lost 300 games. That's
true.
a lot.
This
is awesome.
Very tough.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is really good. Okay.
So we both have this guy 5.
Dave Tippett. Dave Tippett goes 5 for both of you guys.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know, actually.
I mean, these are all losing coaches, and I say that respectfully because what you just alluded to, Reid, these are longtime coaches.
These are longtime coaches because Tippett was here.
I'm intrigued to
Arizona,
Dallas, right?
Yeah.
I think Tippett at 5 ain't bad.
But Tippett started after because we have some contemporary coaches here. I don't think Tippett has coached as many games as Maurice, Tortorella, or Trotz. So therefore, he shouldn't have lost as many games. So actually, I think I'm fine with Tippett at 5.
I'm intrigued.
Let's do this.
This is going to be fascinating.
Let's compare results. Alrighty.
So here's the real list.
Yeah. So you'll start at 5?
We'll go from 5 to 1, and I'll give you the ranking of where they were in the top 20.
In the top 20, okay.
Coming in at what should be number 5 for you guys, ranked 17, is Dave Tippett.
It is
Tippett.
Tippett. Okay.
There we go.
How many losses?
I do have it. He had 475.
Okay.
Coming at 4, ranked 13th, Pat Quinn.
I got mixed up with
14th?
13th.
I think I have Paul
I think
Maurice.
I said he coached Philly. I don't know if he did coach
528 losses for Pat.
I think I
Philly?
have
Oh.
Paul Maurice way too low.
Number 3, what should be slotted? 4th on this ranking,
Okay.
John Tortorella.
I had him at 3.
You had that.
Yep.
Good going, Jay.
648 losses.
And he comes in at what?
He comes in at 3. He's 4th in the ranking in the top 20, but should be 3rd.
So he's coached
In your
even more
guys'
games than I was thinking he's
Yeah.
coached. Yeah.
He is 4th all time.
So it's between Paul Maurice,
Trotz, and Paul
Barry
Maurice.
And then there'll be another guy in the top 3 that he didn't give
Who
us.
did you have first, Reid?
I put Trotz first.
Okay, so we're both in the ranking.
I think Maurice might be one.
I think
after
Maurice
all.
is going to be one after all this.
Coming in at 3rd in this rank, 3rd on all time, Barry Trotz with 670 losses. Paul Maurice was not just 2nd; he was 1st all time in losses.
How many?
767. That is that's over 50.
Right. Well, he's coached.
That is
forever.
49 losses more than 2nd. Who I did not use.
He's still going. So who's second?
Lindy Ruff.
Lindy Ruff is second all time.
Ooh.
Like I was wondering, is Al Arbor in the top 20 for losses?
5.
Hey, he's fit, so coach, like great coach, but he coached so long.
Read out the top 20, 1 to 20.
Yeah, let's just do it quick.
Paul Maurice, Lindy Ruff, Barry Trotz, John Tortorella, Al Arbor, Scotty Bowman,
Yeah.
Joel Quenneville, Peter Laviolette, Ron Wilson, Ken Hitchcock, Mike Keenan, Daryl Sutter, Pat Quinn, Dick Irvin, Jacques Martin, Alain Vigneault.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Dave Tippett, Jacques Demers,
yeah.
Brian Murray, and Jacques Lemaire.
Brian Murray's up there.
Yep.
Wow.
Peter
that's
DeBoer
incredible.
just fell out of the top 20s.
That was a good one.
Yeah, surprising.
I only
You're
got
right.
one
Your
guy
theory
in
is
the
right.
right place, yeah.
your theory is right. I mean, Paul Maurice has coached the most amount of games out of anyone I'm seeing in the top. Outside of Scotty Bowman. Paul Maurice, I think, is 2nd all time.
So
he is 2nd all time in games played.
Because I think at one point Al Arbor was the losingest coach in NHL history, even though he's one of the because he would have been passed in the last few years.
Yeah.
By Trotz. Sorry, who was 2?
Lindy Ruff.
Yeah. So at one point, Arbor, one of the greatest coaches, would have been because he coached such a long time.
Yeah.
And the Islanders teams dropped off later in his career.
He's now 7 now.
Well, it's not really an indictment on a lot of these.
No, it's just
coaches.
you've coached
It just
a
means
heck
you've
of a long
coached
time.
a long time.
Yeah.
Rip City Step says, great job, Benny.
My number 1 fan.
Fenner's Pancakes in the chat says, great list, Benny. I agree. That was a fun one. I like that. Your dad says, 9 seasons of straight losses. Good.
What is he talking about?
Is he talking about you?
I think he's talking about you.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's possible.
That was a good one.
That was great.
Hey, well.
Yeah, we really made us think. It's neat hearing some of the names on there.
Shane in a backtrack says, don't worry, Reid, I got you. Other words for week, half fortnight.
Oh, it's pretty good. So what started as a weekly event became a half fortnight tradition. There it is. That rolls off the tongue.
That also didn't count overtime losses for Matt
No,
Hyman.
yeah, we were just doing
that was straight regulation losses.
As it should be. Yeah, as it should be. So like Scotty Bowman, one of the all-time greats, is up there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good coaches on that list.
Really good.
I guess none of so there. Quinn coached the Oilers. Hitchcock coached the Oilers. Tippett coached the Oilers. Yeah, I mean, Sather wouldn't have coached long enough to be up there, but he would have had a few losses too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my dad was saying Paul Maurice, like 767 losses is like 9 straight years of losing, basically.
Oh, that's what he means. If you lost every game.
That's interesting perspective. Yeah. That's 9 straight years of losing.
All right, Benny, great job. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming in. You got to play La Bamba shirt. That looks great. Oilers in Vancouver tonight. Gene Principe, one of the all-time greats from Sportsnet. proud Edmontonian. He's coming up after the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
I was with my buddy Eddie the Gambler, and before the game, we put together a 19-leg parlay of player props. Just a 19-legger. We had 17 of them at the end of regulation. So we're cheering for overtime. We get overtime. We're like, we're live. We needed 7 yards from Coram to go 19 for 19 on a parlay last night, and it would have paid $15,000 between the two of us.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Lobsterfest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse. Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. A pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixins for just $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
The EST Hangout.
If it went the other way, had he been south coming north, I would have lost my show. It would have cost me tens of thousands.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was just a random thing. Like, what's Marilyn Manson doing in a Denny's at 6 in the morning? I can't answer that. I have no idea.
We can try to guess.
No disrespect to Denny's, but like, what's Marilyn Manson doing?
Runes over my ham.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Oilers have signed head coach Kris Knoblauch to a 3-year extension, with Knoblauch entering the final year of his current deal. And staying with the Oilers, Matthias Ekholm is out at least a week with an undisclosed injury. Plus, Matt Tompkins has been recalled from Bakersfield. And tonight, Vasily Podkolzin makes his return to the Oilers lineup. Puck drop at 8 o'clock against the Canucks. In NFL news, the Ravens have ruled out Lamar Jackson this week. They play Houston Sunday. Jackson missing practice all week after spraining his hamstring against the Chiefs in Week 4. Cooper Rush gets the start this weekend. And in Ottawa, the Red Blacks and Riders match up. Saskatchewan 10-4, Ottawa 4-10 on the season. Kickoff goes at 5:30, and on the diamond, Kevin Gausman has emerged as Toronto's Game 1 starter in the ALDS against New York. Jays Yankees play tomorrow with Toronto's Bo Bichette still day-to-day with a knee injury. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, hope you're having a great Friday afternoon. The Oilers are in Vancouver tonight for their final preseason game. The games start to count in the standings on Wednesday when the Calgary Flames are at Rogers Place. Head coach Kris Knoblauch gets a 3-year extension, so that runs until the summer of 2029. Blue Jays playoffs tomorrow Friday night football today. Dusty's got this game, right? 5:30, Winnipeg at Ottawa.
Yes, sir.
We've gone over we'll recap it later, what the Elks need to happen this weekend to keep their playoff hopes alive. We are pleased to be joined by one of my all-time favorite people to speak to both on and off air. Sportsnet, Gene Principe is checking in. Gene, it's Reid and Jay. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Reid and Jay. I have to ask you real quick. So Matthias Ekholm, I think yesterday, said he was feeling great, and then I just heard Zachary do the update. He's out for a week. Did I miss that?
Ekholm? I think Janmark is ill. I think Janmark is ill, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe I'm pretty sure I said Janmark. I hope I didn't say Ekholm.
You might have said, okay. No, and you're right. If it's Janmark, I trust your reading better than my hearing, so no problem. Okay, we're all good.
Right. No, it's good to clarify. Yeah, I think, didn't Knoblauch say Janmark's under the weather? I thought that's what.
Yeah, he's out for. That's right. He's out for a week. Yeah, okay. Correct.
All right. Thanks for hopping on. I know you're a busy guy, but we love having you when you have time. We gotta get the update here just for people, because people love following what you do. You and Jason Milne did the half marathon. Yeah. I know it was over a month ago, but how are you doing? I know you've been running for a few years now, but how was that one?
Yeah, congratulations, Jason. I saw that on social media. Well done. You know what? It was so people told me that running a half compared to a full marathon is drastically different, and I kind of believed them, but I kind of didn't. Now, having run both, it is. When you are running a marathon, and I am the experienced one of a singular marathon, but you're trying to save it, because you haven't. In my case, I had no idea what I was going to have left, and I didn't have much, barely enough to finish. Where the half, you're kind of going, okay, like when you get to 10 kilometers, you're already halfway there. And it just mentally, it's a very different race where you can really kind of, I guess, press the gas pedal. That's what I found. I didn't know what I would run. As I've told people, I don't really time my runs. I have a general idea, but I don't have a watch, and I know to the second. I was hoping to be around 2. I got just under like 1:58:37 to be exact.
Yeah.
And I was very happy. And I loved it. I think it helps me continue to fall in love with running.
Yeah, well, it's a great activity. Jay's going to do another one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to. Now, I do need to get back into my twice a week running.
Yeah.
Not great distances, but just to get back into the rhythm of things. Gene, you passed me in the residential area after the 10, after the halfway point. You were obviously ahead of me. I just wanted to know, because I saw you running. I didn't say hi or anything. It was just boom, you're by. But at what point of the race did you decide to take your shirt off?
Well, if I could have, I would have taken it off right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I had to maneuver my bib and stuff.
Yeah.
Even my wife said, "I don't think you can run without a shirt." And I'm like, I don't know. I think you can, and I think I will. I took it off. Maybe 3 to 5 kilometers in.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm far from, I guess I have been on a magazine cover without my shirt on, but that aside, that previous Edify magazine cover, I take my shirt off like all the time. And it's not because I'm walking around looking like, I don't know, some well-built guy. I don't mind, I guess, people going, why does he have his shirt off? When maybe I shouldn't. So I took it off early. And that's how I run, to be honest with you. Jay, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I run early, 6:30 or 7 in the morning. Sometimes it's a little bit fresh at that time, but if I do have a shirt on, it's usually just for the first little bit, and then off it comes off. The other thing is, for anybody who's run distances, remember a shirt on your chest area rubbing leads to not the greatest feeling. So that's another reason that I just know that if I take that shirt off, that's one less thing I have to worry about.
All right. Well, I love talking about running with you and with Jay, but I'm glad you've committed to it, Gene, and it's the half marathon. It is a great distance. I love that distance too. Okay, hockey stuff. Extension for Knoblauch. Yeah. He's been interesting to deal with, and we always get listener feedback sometimes, especially after they lose. Why isn't he more emotional? Why doesn't he slam his players? But I mean that's and quite frankly, he does say critical things sometimes, but he always keeps that same tone. I mean, and you travel as well and are in even more scrums than I am. Just maybe your impressions of the public persona that Kris puts out there.
Well, and now with this extension, he's no longer one of the new kids on the Knoblauch. Of course. You know what? I get it. Listen, I coach my daughter's Division II soccer team, and after a loss, I can't sleep. And there are times where you want to just be so, I don't know if it's yelling, I guess loud. Sometimes you feel it gets your point across better.
Gene, we just lost your audio. Can you hear me? We just lost your audio. Can you
asked him about it? Can you still hear me?
We got you back. It came back. Yeah, we lost you for a few seconds. Yeah, we got you.
Sorry, somebody decided to call me. It was on your question, Reid, about just sort of his demeanor and stuff. And he admitted that he's at times thought during slumps, and I think this was something that he meant as he was coaching Erie and then in the AHL, that he has thought of sort of dropping the nice guy, I'm not going to yell, break a stick act. But that he eventually always went back to what he's done and the way he is. I'll be honest with you. I've been around Kris virtually, if not every game, pretty close, and almost every practice. I heard him yell once, and it was when he started a couple seasons ago. The team had that really, bad loss in Carolina. They practiced the next day in Washington. It might have been Thanksgiving. I think it was American Thanksgiving, I want to say. And they were doing a drill, and one of the Oiler players was offside, kind of like for no reason, but it wasn't a 2-on-1. And he blew his whistle, and he kind of yelled, "Why are you offside?" And everybody kind of stopped and I don't mean like he was lost his mind yelling, but he raised his voice, I guess. And it caught everybody's attention. It certainly caught mine. That is the only time publicly I have heard him yell. I was tempted this morning to ask Darnell Nurse if he ever yells during the intermissions, but with so much behind the scenes video and footage now, I don't think he does. And I really commend him for that. And the other thing too, is sometimes we think as coaches at any level that, you yell, it's going to lead to a call. You're going to get a call at some point because, hey, what are you doing there? You missed it. Right. I love that he's being himself, and he said that to you, Reid. And he also added that if you're someone you're not, it won't be long before people know you're a phony. And I love that line. I just thought that he was as open with us today about him and his style as he's ever been. And I thought it was a great way to sort of accent what was a wonderful day for him and the organization to get him here for another 3 years after his current deal expires.
Sportsnet, Gene Principe joining us this afternoon on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. We have an Oilers preseason game tonight in Vancouver. They start counting in the standings for real on Wednesday when the Calgary Flames come to town. This is, Gene, you've been covering the team for a long time. I mean, I'm up over a decade now doing it in person. It is different to me because there are always storylines. But, it's who's here down on the roster. It's not like, how are they going to put together a first power play unit? And now your stories often go national, right? Is it expected, well, Gene better have something on McDavid's contract every day or we can't run his story on Lazar versus Philp? You know what I mean?
Yeah. The who's going to be the fourth line center possibly for the Edmonton Oilers just isn't it isn't a national story when you have Connor McDavid without a contract, but even just Connor McDavid, right. And you have Leon Draisaitl, and you have a power play unit that has had historic numbers, and you've got a team that's been to 2 straight Stanley Cup Finals. It just doesn't. I mean, it's not that it's not important, especially, as you said, if it's Curtis Lazar and Noah Philp. I mean, these are great battles and wonderful moments for these young men to try and achieve the opportunity to either stay in the NHL or get to the NHL, to debut in the NHL. But certainly I always think of a guy sitting in New Brunswick, what does he want to hear? He probably wants to hear about McDavid. And so it is, the bar is if not higher, it's different, I guess is the best way to put it. And a lot revolves around where they've been the last 2 years, notwithstanding a contract that, I love what Kris said earlier in the week. Goes, I'm not worried about my contract. There's some other contracts around here more important. I thought that was a nice moment of levity on the part of the coach, alluding to what everyone is sort of waiting for, everyone to see it happen. But for sure, it's different when you're talking to a national audience. It's a national story. So what's a national story? And so much of it revolves around success the team has had. Its captain. At times it can be about goaltending. It is about the power play. Can they make it to a 3rd straight cup final? All those things that somebody that from coast to coast we hope or we think would be interested in watching.
Gene, it's looking more and more like this Draisaitl, McDavid, Frederic line is going to be the number one line to start. Nobody really knows the answer to this question, but I just want to have your opinion on it. Do you think this is more Draisaitl and McDavid saying, hey, we need to be together to do the best we can? Or do you think this is, Coach Knoblauch saying we need to put the two, if we have 2 of the top players in the NHL on one team, we have to have them together? And do you see this line staying together as opposed to flip-flopping and switching it up, 3-4 games into the season?
Great question, Jay, and I think there are various reasons for it. I think, and you've heard it, Jay, and Reid, you've heard it. They really want to get off to a good start this year. And I know some people are like, and what did Stan Bowman say? We want to win the division. Like that's, so it's not about kind of plotting your way through. And I get, listen, last year at the beginning, coming off that heartbreak of a cup final in Game 7, that's tough to rebound from. I mean, I get that they're professionals, but it is difficult, and I think we saw that. Just a bit of a trying to get that motor going the way it can, and we know they'll get there. They just want to get there sooner this year. I don't think Leon and Connor are ever disappointed to see their names on the same line. I think they love that. They also love what's best for the team, and I believe that at least just to get started, that's what's best for the team. Go into something that you're comfortable with. And the other thing is, we were talking about Noah Philp and Curtis Lazar. For example, if you're trying to slot your centerman and you've got Leon on one line and Connor on the other and Nuge on the other, there's not a lot of whole time left. So I think, as Kris Knoblauch has noted, you put those 2 together, it does actually give people more time in some ways to play and get meaningful minutes. So various things, 2 periods in, it could be all changed, Jay, but I think with Trent Frederic and with Zach Hyman out, we believe about a month into the season approximately, that they would love to find a guy that they can throw up there. I mean, how good would it be if Trent fits there, that either Zach replaces him and Trent moves down a notch, or that Trent stays there and Zach moves in on a second line? I mean, at the end of it, they want some depth scoring. They want to be able to have offense from more than 2 guys or 1 1/4 or a half line. So I like the move, and I heard some stuff about that. And I thought Kris got kind of, I don't know. First of all, I feel like Kris has as good a touch with roster and line player movement decisions as almost any coach I've seen. He really does have a great touch, I think, with that. Not everything, but a lot of things go right. And I got no problem with him. I mean, at the end of the day, he's trying to get his team playing well and winning. And if that's the way he needs to start, it's not etched in anything, but probably a pencil with an eraser on standby. It could be changed immediately or not at all, depending on what happens.
Gene, as always, we love having you on the show. Thanks for being so generous with your time. It was great to chat with you at the rink this morning. And I got to tell you, when it comes to Oilers hockey, we certainly have a fan base that gives a shirt.
Thanks, buddy. I'll try and use that at some point.
Okay, we'll see you around the rink. Really appreciate it, man.
See you, boys. Have a great weekend.
That is Sportsnet's Gene Principe, one of the all-time greats. We love talking to him. And a man of many talents. Great reporter. Great runner.
Yeah.
He's a fit guy.
He looked great.
Yeah, he's a fit guy.
The guy was not at all saying, like, hey, keep your shirt on.
No.
He looked great. He's in great shape. Great guy. I mean, Gene's just kind of the guy that... He's just such a lovable guy, right? And by all accounts, he's like that in the wild. You know, this is not an act.
No, that's what he's like. He's just he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Give us a thumbs up for having Gene on the show.
That was a good one, though. Give us a shirt.
Well, I've learned from Gene. I've learned from the best when it comes to that. We're doing well with the thumbs, but don't delay. Don't be a pleasure delayer. If you have not given the show a thumbs up on YouTube on the Edmonton Sports Talk stream, click it now. And if you have already clicked, hit share, and it'll create a link for you that you can just text or email off to other people. And you can say, hey, these guys are having a good time. They just had Gene on the show. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, some more from Knoblauch, a little bit on the Elks' fortunes going into this weekend. So that is all coming up. Let's do Kris Knoblauch, the reaction of his family to his contract extension.
Well, they're very excited. They've enjoyed Edmonton, especially with my daughter who's still in high school. They've been moving around so many times, and the fact that some stability, some security is staying around, that she'll be able to finish high school here in Edmonton without having to move again, which we're all very happy about.
Well, that is a part of it, and I mean, you look at any coach's resume, you're usually moving a lot because you're either getting maybe promoted like Knoblauch did a couple years ago from the AHL to the NHL, or you're getting fired and then going where you can get another job. So the family aspect is part of this. And, Knoblauch with, if all goes well and he keeps coaching another four seasons as head coach of the, and his son plays for which team?
Yeah, the Edmonton Huskies.
His son's on the Huskies?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool too.
That's really cool. I mean, he's been to from Erie to Philadelphia to Hartford, now to here. And I know that that's something that I don't think a lot of people would think about. Certainly, a lot of fans would, I'm not suggesting you have to, but that's a huge thing for a lot of these coaches.
Yeah.
Is moving over and over and over.
Or look at Jason Moss.
Sure.
Like he's lives here.
Well, he was just here this week.
What, Sherwood Park?
Yeah.
So we
saw him at volleyball because his kid plays in Sherwood Park. So it's their bye week, so he comes home.
Right.
So it's a lot for sure.
We'll have more on Knoblauch, and we got Evan Dom's going to slide into studio. Evan was with the Edmonton Elks for the past few years. He's now the CEO of Sport Edmonton, but we'll get some perspective on Larry Thompson, who unfortunately passed, I guess it was a week ago yesterday. The news broke during our show, and the rule changes and what's going to be going on with his new role. Our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week, a fixture in the Edmonton rugby community. So that'll be pretty cool. And we're going to get fired up. I think mostly Jay.
Yeah.
When we get back. Here comes the Coop.
Head coach Kris Knoblauch has signed a 3-year extension with the Oilers, locking him up through the 2028-29 season. In other news, Matthias Janmark is out at least a week with an undisclosed injury. Matt Tompkins also being recalled from the AHL Condors. Edmonton wraps up their preseason on the road in Vancouver tonight. Vasily Podkolzin making his return to the lineup. Puck drop goes at 8 o'clock. Around the league, Curtis McDermott has been traded from the Devils to the Senators in exchange for Zach McEwen. In WHL action, the 3-1 Oil Kings hit the ice in Moose Jaw. That one gets going at 5 o'clock. Meanwhile, Week 18 kicks off in the CFL. The 10-4 Riders battle the 4-10 Red Blacks. Kickoff at 5:30. And down south, Baltimore is without Lamar Jackson this week against Houston. He's sidelined with a knee sprain. He suffered week 4 against the Chiefs. Cooper Rush starts for the Ravens. And in baseball, the Jays have named Kevin Gausman Game 1 starter. They meet the Yankees for the first time in the postseason tomorrow. Jays manager John Schneider giving some updates on Bo Bichette, saying that he's still day-to-day with a knee injury that's kept him out since early September. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop in-store or online at paramountflooring.ca. Tell them EST sent you for 10% off your next purchase. Jay and Reid get fired up on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Jamie McClellan.
Listen, until he signs, people won't relax. The Oilers will lose 2 in a row. There'll be a look on the bench. The media grabs and goes, oh, he's out of here, or, something happens. I still do believe that he is going to sign, probably a short-term extension, but I also think he's going to make it extremely interesting, we'll call it, because I don't think he's going to sign anytime soon.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Are we good, Coop? We're back, Coop? Are we going, Coop? Are we going? Let's go. Let's do it.
We're back, baby.
We're having a fun Friday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day as well. I'm going to watch the Oilers game tonight on Sportsnet at 8. What are you going to do, Milno?
Going right from here to the CFR. Going to watch some Bucking Bronx.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, meeting the Fam Jam down there.
Oh, they got to get there before you.
They are somewhere down there-ish already. They're
hanging out on 104th?
They went to the trade show. No.
Going to Fox Coffee, maybe?
Maybe. They are at the trade show.
That EST coffee they made. It's so good. Like
Isn't it lovely?
I have the beans, and I talk about my new grinder,
yes.
my single serve. Oh man,
we have been.
It's so good.
We're through our bag already.
Yeah, I'll have to get some more.
Yeah, we need to know how can we buy that. Like I want to buy.
Can we go get some? Maybe I'll go down there.
I'd buy a big bag. I don't need these small bags.
Yeah, like a size of like the big bags of the kibble dog food you can get.
Exactly. Give me the 50-pounder.
Just full of
I'm gonna go
beans.
through it.
Yeah.
It ain't going to go bad.
I told you I love that grinder, eh? It's incredible.
You love You love the grinder, eh?
Not the app.
Oh, sorry.
If that's what you meant, Jake.
Maybe it was.
Extension for Kris Knoblauch. Here's that clip we were talking about. I asked Knoblauch about, really making sure his players feel good and feel confident?
I was very fortunate through my through my playing career that I had some really good coaches, and at that time, I know of a lot of friends, former teammates, whatever, their experiences weren't always so positive, where it was a different era where a lot of guys got treated very poorly. I think about the time that all the coaches I had through junior and university, and I believe they all treated me with respect, and I know as a player I appreciated that. And, going through my early on in coaching, and especially during times when you're going through a slump and other coaches crack the whip a little bit more and they're harder on players and maybe not treating with them full respect. And sometimes as a coach early on, I was tempted to maybe go down that path, and maybe what I was doing wasn't right, but I felt that, I just stayed true to what I believed in. And, I think it was, no matter what profession you're in, in your sales or whatever work it is, you're probably going to get the most out of people if you show them respect.
All right, a little bit there from Kris Knoblauch, who gets a 3-year contract extension, so still a year left, and then 3 years after that, so until the summer of 2029. We are in the future.
Wow.
We're in the space age. I don't know why people are talking about the ship at West Edmonton Mall in the Nasty Chat. Isn't it the Santa Maria?
Yes.
Isn't it built after Christopher
ship.
Columbus's
I believe
ship?
so.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's the actual ship. That's where it wound up.
It could be. We never know.
Yeah. Gotta love the Nasty Chat. Post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com, and of course you can text 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant, Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. That's Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. until close. Oilers in Vancouver tonight. McDavid with Draisaitl and Frederick. Nuge centering Podkolzin and Mangiapane. Tomasek with Howard and Kapanen. And then Philp with Henrique and Savoy. So Jones and Lazar out. And as you heard saying, Janmark under the weather. Wallman not quite ready to go yet, but should play in the preseason opener. So Eck with Bush. Nurse with Stetcher. Kulak with Emerson. Skinner in net, and Pickard will dress as the backup goaltender this evening, 8 o'clock. It is on Sportsnet, everybody. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to go on Oilers Plus. You don't have to.
I could probably catch the second half
drive
of it.
to Vancouver for a game. Yeah. Jasmine says you can have birthday parties on that ship, Jay. A little bit of foreshadowing. I think that's what Jasmine's booking you for your 15 to 30 minute birthday party sometime next week.
I would just collect all the pennies.
I will. I'll get you. We don't get each other gifts. But I'll get you something. But I'll get you a snack you like. But I can't get it on Tuesday because the place you like is it open on Tuesdays? Yeah. So I'll have to bring it for you later in the week.
Reid always brings me a cruffin.
Well, periodically.
What's it? Yeah, not always.
I bring you the lemon curd cruffin.
And where's that?
From Brio.
Brio.
Yeah, from Brio.
So it's essentially a croissant muffin.
Yeah,
stuffed
it has
with lemon
cream.
curd.
And isn't there a blueberry on top?
Yes, the juiciest, finest blueberry. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
Kernan likes the cinnamon sugar cruffins. But yeah, the place is only open Wednesday through Saturday.
Really?
So Tuesday.
Good for them.
I will not get you anything specific on Tuesday. I'm sorry.
So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they're closed.
Yeah. And they're only open like 9 to, well, they're I think 8 to 3, some days 9 to 3. And I've told you some days you go there like on a Saturday at 1 and it's sold out and they're closing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right, let's get fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street.
Well, I'm fired up for election signs.
What?
Yeah.
You like them?
You know what, Reid? I appreciate them.
Okay.
Because as you all know, and for those that are new to the show, I ran for public school trustee in Elk Island out in Sherwood Park last election cycle.
Right.
I lost, but I had to put up tons of signs.
Okay.
And I can appreciate how long that would take, where to put them. But I also appreciate a good sign as opposed to a bad sign. Okay? First of all, there's some people that do they take it to the next level. where they put up the wood framed, it's a huge sign and
it
they
needs to be anchored almost.
Stake it into the ground.
Right.
Like, good for you. That's incredible. You've done the work. You've put in the work. So good for you. But I got to be honest, there's some signs that are just lackluster. There's some signs that I look at and I say, I can't even read that. There's either too much words on it or the color. You know how you should have, like this Canadian Brewhouse studio, that pops.
Right.
Because it's the right color scheme. I've seen 2 different candidates running out in my area that have signs that do not contrast properly.
Okay.
And I'm saying, how can I vote for you if you can't even put together a sign? How?
Right.
How can I rightfully give you my vote if you can't look at a color wheel and tell me what works together? They're across from each other. It's not rocket science.
So what color was your sign?
Blue and yellow. My sign was yellow. My lettering was blue.
Okay, so that stood out.
Stood out. Strong. Stern.
Right.
There's this one, it's like a fuchsia sign with white lettering. Like a light fuchsia. And is
that pinkish?
Pinkish. It's a light pinkish hue.
Okay.
And it just doesn't do it for me. So I don't know, even before I read up on you, you're going to get negative points in my books if you can't put together a proper sign. I mean, that's got to be, that's elementary.
My dear Watson.
Is it not? You live downtown. Like, is there a ton of signs downtown?
There are signs. There's a couple on my block.
You kick them over, eh?
Yeah, I just vandalize everything in my own community. That's what I'm all about.
I'll bring in one of my signs.
I'm trying to think.
I still have them. You'll look at this from a mile away and say, vote Jay Milne.
Even though you're not running.
Actually, I put Jason Milne.
Well, it sounds more official.
I thought I should just put my name in the hat again, just for the hell of it, and put up like one sign.
Right.
And see how it goes.
Bring it in if you have any left.
I have about 150 left, Reid. I'll even give you one.
Yeah, I'll take one. I'll hang it on my window.
Sure.
I'll hang it on my balcony.
Yes. Goob. I'll give you one for the back of your car. You just put it in the back window.
There is a sign on a balcony half a block from me, a Nielsen Show sign someone has on their balcony. And then I met the person about a month ago. I was leaving my house and this gentleman went by on a scooter and then he looks back and he stops and he's like, "Are you Reid?" I was like, "Yes, I'm Reid. How are you doing?" He's like, "Good. Yeah, I love EST." He's like, I'm the balcony with the Nielsen Show sign.
Oh, hilarious.
That's like half a block away. I'm like, "Oh, cool. Thanks."
Those signs were
Justin
fun.
Nielsen not running for anything.
No, that was during the transition period. You know what, Reid? That's the start of the Jay Milne story at Edmonton Sports Talk.
Is that you put up a Dustin Nielsen sign?
No.
Oh.
I came to get one because Dustin wanted me to be a part of the hangout. But I said, I want one of those signs. I was going to put a few of them in front of my furniture store. Just because that's in front of furniture stores, you see these signs.
Right.
And so he's like, "Hey, come on by the studio." And I came by and I hit it off with a Wannick. Gazzola was here. And it went very well. So they didn't kick me out. I'm still around. So I did put up signs in front of our old furniture store. So that's what I'm fired up about. I'm also fired up about the CFR. I'm really excited to be going tonight.
Yeah. You're going to see a guy you interviewed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
I guess I interviewed him. Sorry.
Yeah, well.
That's so rude.
I got kicked out of the booth for that one. No,
we had a very small booth.
Tom Gazzola is going to join us.
He's going?
He is.
With your family?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You had an extra ticket?
Yeah,
and Tom claimed the ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to sit him between Rose and Faith, my 2 youngest, and they can just...
Well, yeah, keep him away from your wife.
Well, please. That guy ain't got nothing on me, Reid.
Well, no, that's true. But he thinks he does. That's the thing, though.
No, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't. Tom is a beautiful, lovely man. And Glenn Hall turned 94 today.
Oh, wow.
That's so happy birthday, Mr. Goalie. Now, they put out a trailer this morning. They're making a movie about Glenn Hall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, called Mr. Goalie. So there's a trailer on YouTube. The YouTube, if you want to go check it out after the show. It's really cool. I think that'll be a good show. There's a lot of big names in that.
Yeah, that'd be a great story for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
So happy birthday, Glenn Hall.
You're fired up about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That's
good.
My brain's
When was the last time you attended a rodeo?
Well, not really.
It would be a while for me now.
Ponoka. Stampede last year.
And it was April there?
Yeah. And the Fam Jam.
Did she compete in rodeo? Is that how she got noticed to do the...
Well, she never did rodeo. She did it was the Battle of the Breeds was what it was called when she was growing up. So she was part of the Paint Horse Association of Alberta. So paint horses are those horses that have blotches of white on them. Who's that?
Matt Hyman somehow had a picture of one of your signs.
Oh, send it to Coop.
Vote Jason Milne.
Send it to Coop.
Public school trustee. I'll send it.
And
I'll send it to the technical desk email there, Coop.
And you put this sign up and you tell me that that's not a good color scheme. How did Matt Hyman have a picture
I don't
of my
know.
sign?
Matt Hyman is a mysterious plugged-in man.
Matt Hyman lives in Winnipeg.
Apparently, you're big in Winnipeg.
Oh, us is really...
It's too bad you didn't run in Winnipeg. You would have won.
I should have won.
You would have won. What would you run in? Sherwood Park County? Sherwood Forest County?
Strathcona County.
Strathcona County? That's the one I was thinking of.
Elk Island Public Schools. Yeah, that's a...
Oh, Coop's got it already. Amazing. Okay.
That's a legit
If you're on
sign.
YouTube, here's Jay's sign. If not, it's, yellow background with blue font. It does stand out.
You can see it.
The last name is very clear.
Yeah, and that's all I care about. That's what I want you to see when, obviously it didn't work well enough.
It was on Facebook, Matt says.
Oh, okay.
Good old Facebook.
Okay, good old
Always
Facebook.
come back to haunt you.
But yeah, the guy I was running against was the incumbent in
And you
in
said
that
he was very
territory.
nice to you.
Oh, he's a lovely man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he retired halfway through. So, yeah, maybe I should run again, eh? I don't know what to do with these signs. I have 100 of these signs, and I feel bad.
Can we
throwing
recycle
out.
them?
No, I don't know. I'm going to hang them over I'll just put them up all over the city. Random spots.
Just not even during an election. Yeah. I actually think you'd get fined for that.
Absolutely.
Because once the election ends, don't you have a week to get rid of all your signs?
Yes.
And then can you get fined? I think you can.
Yeah, you can. And you have to have sizes and all that are, you have to have different permits for bigger signs.
Right. Well, it makes sense there'd be rules because they would be an eyesore if they're up year round.
To some.
To some. Yes.
Are you fired up about anything?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
I'm enjoying the show today.
I am too.
We're having a good show.
A footloose and fancy freestyle show.
Yeah, we got some good Oilers news with Knoblauch. We had a great guest, Gene Principe, on the show. We had Benny's blind rankings. Evan Dom is on. Evan's great just to talk with.
Are we going to put him in the hot seat?
We're going to put him right between us. Is that the hot seat?
Sure. We'll call it that today.
I feel like you and I don't grill people. Maybe we'll make an exception for Evan Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's grill him.
So, Evan Dom, why don't you carry a 2-iron? We'll call him Evan Dom the entire time. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Lobster Fest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Enjoy a pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixings for $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith's. Details at the CanadianBrewhouse.com. We had our lobster in studio on Monday. We ate it on air. Pat had to crack it for us. Well, it was kind of pre-cracked, but still, you got to dig in there. I guess lobster's not made for hosting a show at the same time, per se, but it was still delicious.
Oh, it was fantastic. I still have a lobster claw in my fridge.
At home?
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it.
There's no meat in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there is still meat in it.
Yeah.
You got to eat it.
I'm not eating that now. That's a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, good point. Well, then you got to recycle it then. Give it to Cooper the Corgi.
I got to wait for... I can't give it to Cooper the Corgi. He's a little guy. He'd choke.
Well, take the meat out.
I don't want it. It's going to stink.
Well, then throw it out.
But then the garbage is going to stink.
Well, then go walk it out to the outdoor garbage.
My garbage truck only comes once a week.
Buried in the backyard.
And this last week was recycle week.
Oh, my God.
So I couldn't put meat in the recycle week.
Go bury it in the backyard.
The dogs would dig it up.
Make a treasure hunt.
I should throw it out back and feed the coyotes.
Sure.
Maybe they'll choke on it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that would be good. They're problematic.
This is very complicated for you having this.
It is. I don't know what to do with this damn lobster
I didn't think
claw.
it was going to get that intense. Jay's Play of the Day, presented by Play Alberta, and Play Alberta also the presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta, your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. So your play of the day is the perfect weekend for the Elks. So let's recap this. You have Sask beating Ottawa, Hamilton beating Toronto, and BC beating Calgary. If both Ottawa and Toronto lose, then 4 teams in the West will make the playoffs.
Yes, that's right. Because you and Eric were looking at that earlier, weren't you?
Right. It doesn't mean that the Elks will finish ahead of Toronto and Ottawa, but it means that 4 Western teams will finish ahead of Toronto and Ottawa.
Are mathematically
right. So
ineligible to make the playoffs.
Right. Because, Toronto, if both Toronto and Ottawa lose, Ottawa can't get higher than, neither team could get higher than 7 wins. And 4 of the 5 teams in the West already have 8. So, again, it would just help the Elks to get a couple teams out of the way. And then if BC beats Calgary, it keeps Calgary within striking distance of the Elks. Now, look, I've been saying it all along. The Elks have a lot of work to do. I don't know what the percentages are. I would guess it's below 20%. Might even be below 10 if you ran all the probabilities. But that helps the Elks the most. If Saskatchewan beats Ottawa, Hamilton beats Toronto, and BC beats Calgary. BC and Calgary both have 8 wins. Calgary does have a game in hand right now on the Elks. But because BC has the tiebreaker against the Elks, that makes BC pretty tough to pass. The Elks could go into the last game of the season 1 win behind Calgary, win it, and make the playoffs.
Wouldn't that?
Because then they would have a 2-1 season series
I think that would get the Upper Bowl opened at good old Commonwealth.
That'd be incredible.
Wouldn't that?
That'd be incredible. Like it's too bad some of those close games slip by, but they still got a chance. All right, 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We are going to meet, we love this segment, our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week when we get back.
Oilers head coach Kris Knoblauch has signed a 3-year extension, Knoblauch being the team's bench boss since November 2023. And Edmonton has their final preseason game against Vancouver. Stuart Skinner, the expected starter, Vasily Podkolzin back in action, while Matthias Janmark is out for a week with an undisclosed injury. Puck drop goes at 8. And in just a moment, the Sabres and Pens get underway on the road. The Oil Kings challenge the Warriors at 5 o'clock. Edmonton second in the East, 3-1, as the Warriors are undefeated after 3 games. In football news, Cooper Rush will take snaps for the Ravens this weekend in Houston. Lamar Jackson out with a sprained hamstring, suffered last week in Kansas City. And CFL Week 18 kicks off from Ottawa. The Riders and Red Blacks at the field at 5:30. In MLB news, Kevin Gausman will take the mound for the Jays tomorrow in Game 1 against the Yankees. Plus, Bo Bichette is still day-to-day, according to Jays manager John Schneider. Bichette not playing since early September, out with a knee injury. The Reid Wilkins Show returns with the Athlete of the Week. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Need extra space for products, tools, or seasonal stock? Sentinel Storage gives your business flexible storage and the room to grow. Affordable storage that scales with you. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
Win big this NFL season at the Canadian Brewhouse presented by Bud Light. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 60, plus prizes like smokers, Bud Light coolers, and a trip to an NFL home opener next season. Enjoy $1 off Bud Light and Budweiser tankers. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi Lavalle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileshow.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
The Oil Stream.
We saw guys get sent down. That Leppinen, it's going to take some time. I think in the last couple games, he didn't look as effective as he did in the early part of the preseason, and that's fine. To me, the reassuring thing about this training camp, and the thing I feel like I've learned, and maybe us collectively, watching, observing, covering this team, is that the shelves are a little bit more stocked.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
All right, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. 10 minutes before 5. Oilers game tonight at 8. They are playing the Vancouver Canucks. That will do it for the preseason. Elks, of course, on a bye, but we went over the games coming up this weekend and what the Elks need to happen to make it a productive weekend for them. We love having this segment on the show. It is the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. Pasta Pantry, for over 30 years in Sherwood Park, serving hot, delicious comfort food made right in their kitchen. They do it fast so you can slow down. Family at Pasta Pantry. When you go there, you're one of them. Check out Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the pregame meal. And I got to hand it to my buddy Cliff over at Global Television for suggesting this next guest. Big in the rugby community, our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week is Peter McCracken. Peter, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys today?
Doing very well. I guess that the first thing we should do is apologize to each other for knowing Cliff Harris.
Cliff's a great guy. His kid's good at rugby too. I enjoyed talking to him. I got no hard feelings towards him.
No, he's a great guy, but we got to give each other a hard time. All right.
For sure.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know you sent us a little bit of a bio here, but your path to rugby kind of started with wrestling, or what's the story there?
Yeah, so I started wrestling. I kind of got into rugby because of wrestling. I started wrestling at a very young age. My dad was a wrestler. My older brother, he was also a wrestler, so I wrestled with him under the mentorship of my dad. And then at about age 9, I figured I wasn't doing anything in the summer. Wrestling's a winter sport, so I came out to try rugby, and I kind of started going from there.
Rugby and wrestling, they have a lot of similarities, I would imagine, right? What would you say transfers across the most from wrestling over to rugby?
Well, for me, at least in my experience, it's the body positioning. There's lots of very specific physical literacy movements that you get from wrestling. So from that over to rugby, I was able to kind of transfer the contact portion of the game really well. And despite being kind of a smaller guy, I was able to impose myself physically on the rugby pitch due to my wrestling background.
You've got quite a list of accolades that you've earned wrestling and rugby. We'll get on to what you're doing now, but you wrestled in the NCAA for Simon Fraser University. Then now you play senior men's or on the senior team for the Nor'Wester Club. What is the senior team like? Is there an age requirement, a minimum age requirement, and how old can you play?
Yeah, it's just 18, and then there's no upper age limit. I know I was playing mainly on the Alberta Cup, so the first division team for our club, but our second division team, there was guys in their mid to late 50s on that team still going around.
Jeez.
So the Alberta Cup, is that because there was a team in Edmonton called the Edmonton Gold, wasn't there?
Yeah, so the Gold is usually the kind of all around Edmonton rep team. I don't know if they have a fully senior team. I know they have an under 23 team. They have had senior teams in the past that go up to full age, but right now they just got it under 23, and then youth teams like U18, U16.
So you played with the Nor'wester senior team. You won the Alberta Cup regular season title, the Edmonton City Championship, and the playoff championship. What is the season, and how many games does it take in playoffs to get to the championship?
So the regular season, I think we had, I want to say 13 or 14 weeks of games. And then playoffs, top 4 teams. So if you finish top 4 in the league, you make playoffs. So there was 2 playoff games.
Now,
semifinal.
As much as your rugby accolades are fantastic, I really appreciate that you're now in a situation where you're giving back to sports that you love and giving back to wrestling as well as rugby. You're currently employed by the Alberta Amateur Wrestling Association. You're a grassroots coordinator as well. You're coaching the Edmonton Wrestling Club and the Nor'wester U13 program. At what point did you figure out that this might be something that you can turn into a career as well as still give back and have time to coach?
Well, I just think that, as someone who had the opportunity to play sports at a higher level and play sports at a lower level, all the levels up through, I just feel like every kid deserves a shot at playing sports. And, my expertise is just rugby and wrestling. Well, I wouldn't say expertise, but my area is rugby and wrestling. So if I can give back and help kids play at that level, that's what I'm going to do.
What when a young person gets into rugby, what are some of the things you try to teach them first? Like, is it understanding how the rules are different from football or other sports, I might say, or like you kind of reference body position? What are some of the fundamentals a young person needs to start their rugby career?
Yeah, I do. When I'm coaching, I do lots of body positioning stuff. You got to keep safe. If we're not being safe while playing rugby, we're not going to be able to keep playing like with head injuries or any other type of injuries. So I do lots of body positioning stuff. My wrestling background helps with that. And then you just coach the kid. You kind of want to figure out what resonates with the kid when you're coaching them and kind of help them along in the way that they would like to learn,
What do you think of the rugby sevens that has become more watched? And I mean, we have Jen Kish, right? A local player was on the rugby sevens. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I love rugby sevens. I've played not a whole lot of rugby sevens myself, but the game is so fast and so entertaining. And this year at the Olympics, we saw the viewership just skyrocket, and that's something that's really great for the sport. Canadians women's team, they play a very unique style of rugby sevens, and they're awesome to watch. I love watching that team, and yeah, I think it's wicked.
So I got to ask this question because rugby and wrestling are 2 extremely physical sports. I've said this before many times that rugby is a very dangerous and physical sport, but out of those 2, out of you playing for being involved at the age of 9 doing rugby, what kind of injuries have you had in all these years of playing rugby?
From rugby, I haven't sustained too much that's bad. I've rolled a couple ankles, different kind of muscle strains after every game. Almost every game, my back and neck are quite sore, but I don't think I've ever gotten anything too detrimental from rugby. I've mostly been able to kind of stay on the safer side just because the wrestling kind of helps with, you're getting bounced around out there, and I'm not a big guy, but just having that physical literacy to know when, like, how to fall and how to protect yourself when you're in contact, I think really helps.
Well, Peter, this has been great. Thank you for joining us. Congrats on being the Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week. You're an incredible athlete, but we really appreciate that you're giving back and that you're teaching youngsters how to do wrestling, rugby the right way. So you are the Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week. You're going to get a $25 GC to Pass the Pantry, which I'm sure you'll love, and a custom Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week hat. Peter, thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch up with you soon.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Great stuff. That is Peter McCracken checking in. If you want to nominate a Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week, you can email your suggestion to jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can go on our website, edmontonsportstalk.com, and find the submission form there as well. We've had a blast doing this. I think we're up to 4 or 5 months now. And we've done rugby, BMX, hockey, football, the combat, what was it called again? The historical
Edmonton
combat.
Historical Martial Arts
Historical Martial Art. I'm not even remembering
BMX.
everything. BMX we've done. Have we done soccer? I don't even know if we've done soccer. We're starting to lose track of who we've done. It's great. Send them in. Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. And of course, you can always text us at 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. $18.99 prime rib special, 7 days a week, except show nights from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. That is available for dine-in and takeout. All right, Kris Knoblauch has a contract extension. That'll go until after the 28-29 season. Oilers in Vancouver tonight at 8 to wrap it up for the exhibition schedule. Evan Dom, now the CEO of Sport Edmonton, he's coming up in the final hour.
Two guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it. Leon and Connor out late in a penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers.
Are you up a goal or down a goal?
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, but I think you just told me why it should be fired, because they think offense when they're on the ice, even if they...
Fire in general. I would generally fire it. Situationally hire it. If you're down a goal late, I'm throwing them out.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit WJSportstalk.com today.
Fall football in your living room just became the Fan Zone. Before you move in the giant screen, make space to cheer on your favorite team with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Head coach Kris Knoblauch is signing a 3-year extension with the Oilers, locking him up through the 2028-29 season. In other news, Mattias Janmark is out at least a week for the Oilers with an undisclosed injury, while Matt Tompkins has been recalled from the AHL Condors. Edmonton wraps up their preseason on the road in Vancouver tonight. Vasily Podkolzin making his return to the lineup. Puck drop for that one is at 8 o'clock. Around the league, Curtis McDermott has been traded from the Devils to the Senators in exchange for Zach McEwen, while in the WHL, the 3-1 Oil Kings hit the ice in just a moment against the Moose Jaw Warriors. Meanwhile, Week 18 kicks off in the CFL. 10-4 Riders battle the 4-10 Red Blacks. Kickoff for that one is at 5:30 in down south Baltimore. enters their game in Houston without Lamar Jackson. He's sidelined with a sprained hamstring he suffered week 4 against the Chiefs. Cooper Rush starts for the Ravens. And in baseball, the Jays have named Kevin Gausman their Game 1 starter tomorrow as they meet the Yankees for the first time in the postseason. Jays manager John Schneider sharing some updates on Bo Bichette, saying that he's still day-to-day with a knee injury, which has kept him out since early September. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Happy Friday afternoon, 5:04. You've probably slid down the dinosaur's neck straight into your car, which you started with your feet to make it home in time. Well, it makes perfect sense to me. Oilers play at 8 o'clock in Vancouver. Kris Knoblauch with a 3-year contract extension.
I'm obviously very excited about that. Likelihood or just being part of this team. The last couple of years have been phenomenal, and to be able to work for this organization, I'm very blessed with having talented players, but also players with outstanding character who want to win. And then also the staff and everybody else I worked with has been a completely fabulous experience for me. Overall, I especially like to thank the Cates family for just having first of all, hiring me, having faith in me, but just having a well-run organization to be a part of.
All right, that is Kris Knoblauch. Yeah, he and the Oilers in Vancouver tonight. Reid Wilkins, Jason Milne, and a very special guest joining us. He is now the CEO of Sport Edmonton. Evan Dom is here. Evan, good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, gents. Appreciate it.
Yeah, congrats on the new job. We want to talk about that, Sport Edmonton, the mandate, what you're going to be doing. But of course, how many seasons did you spend with the Edmonton Elks?
4.5.
Four and a half seasons with the Edmonton Elks. The last, just over a year of which, you were there for the transition in ownership to Larry Thompson and the very sad news last Thursday. Of course, that he passed away, living his dream for about 13 months of owning the team that he loved. If you don't mind, just any thoughts or memories of Larry in the brief time you got to work for him?
Yeah, I think the big thing that stands out for me about Larry is just how humble he was. Like, he was just such a down-to-earth guy, and you noticed that right away. Like, I had the opportunity to get to know him a little bit before the ownership news came down. And work with him as we prepared for him to take over the team. And there was just zero pretense with Larry. And I think the best example of that is an example that people could see themselves in terms of the event and then the background behind it, afterwards, is when he drove the fire truck through Calgary's bench. And obviously, I'm on the sidelines and I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, he might run somebody over there. He obviously didn't. And it's an awesome moment. And some people would take that and they would be embarrassed by that. And they'd want, let's not talk about it. Let's put it aside. We turned it into an in-game activation with Larry's fire truck race. And they loved it, right? He's just so humble. He took everything in stride and was just a really, good, solid guy in terms of just being able to have no ego and have the best interests of the football team at heart.
Yeah, and I believe the fire truck race on Saturday, was it not two of his nephews that did the fire truck race or grandsons? I can't remember for sure, but they did a couple members of the Thompson family, which was pretty. I feel like if I were in the fire truck race, because they do it down the visitor sideline, and they always say, "Don't do it." I think I would just do it. I would just run behind the visiting coach,
as you should.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll pull some strings and get you back up.
You couldn't really get in real trouble. Because you're just doing what Larry did.
You'd be banned from coming to a game.
The fire truck race, maybe. But they'd find a spot for you. Maybe even
they might take my season ticket away.
They might even upgrade your season seats. Think of it that way.
Maybe.
There'd be a poster outside the stadium with your face on it.
Wanted.
Saying, exactly.
Wanted.
Banned for life.
It'd be a bad man. It'd be a bad man. Well, thanks for remembering Larry. And obviously Deb's going to be the owner of the team, his wife, and obviously Chris Morris, leadership role there as the president and CEO. Kris Knoblauch extended today. I got to ask you this. Do you obviously you're old enough to remember Chris playing for your dad?
Yep.
How old would you have been? Mid-teens, late teens when he was there?
No, I would have been younger than that because Chris would have been there in the late 90s, 2000 kind of era. So I was 5, 6.
Well, you were that young when he was there. But I
would have been Sorry, I would have been about 10.
He was there from 99 to 03.
Right. Yeah, I was 9
and they won
to-
the national championship in the 99-2000 season.
But you remember him playing for sure.
No, I do remember him playing. Those were good teams. I remember them winning the national championship in Saskatoon when Saskatchewan probably had the best team in the country, and the Bears went into Saskatoon and Sastel Place at the time and were able to win. And Kris was a huge part of those teams. So I do remember him a little bit.
Yeah, awesome. So he gets the extension. So your last 4+ years with the Elks, heavily involved in the CFL. When these changes came out almost 2 weeks ago now, last Monday, I mean, heavy discussion point, and for a couple days here on this station. What did you think of those? What immediately struck you about those?
I mean, the first thing that struck me when I heard, I was golfing that day, actually, that morning, and watched the press conference on my phone. And the first thing that came to my mind is, what problem are we trying to solve? Like, that was literally the first thing that popped into my brain. And I'm not sure. I'm not really honestly sure, because if the problem that they're trying to solve with the rule changes is to try and get in front of 18 to 35-year-olds, I'm not sure that that's going to be the thing. Those things that they are going to implement are going to be the things that are going to do it. Do I think, elevating their broadcasts and having more angles and those type of things and having more of a presence with social media and all of the stuff around football will help them do that? I do, but I don't think the location of the goalpost matters in that regard. I don't think the length of the field matters in that regard. I was a little bit perplexed, to be quite honest.
Well, I think, okay, but I'm not going to disagree with you, but I will separate, like, the benches and the game clock are different than the other changes to me. Like, to me, the benches is common sense and the game clock is...
Yeah, I don't care about those two at all. Those changes.
Okay.
Like, literally, I don't think they have any impact on anything.
Oh, no, but just for game operation.
Oh, yeah, it's fine, sure.
The silliness of the benches on the same side.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's fine, but, like, you're shrinking the field and changing the location of the uprights, and those are pretty significant changes to the Canadian game. And the other thing that I've run into a few people in the football community in the last few weeks, and it's like there's a significant impact at amateur football.
And we had Tim on about that, yeah.
And that, frankly, the league has lots of things to worry about, and amateur football is not top of mind.
Oh, right. So should the CFL worry about amateur football, or should they just do what they want?
Well, I think they need to do what they need to make sure that the league is sustainable and has viewership. I think that's the only thing that the commissioner needs to wake up and think about every day is, how am I driving eyeballs to this product? That's it. So I'll kind of forgive him on the amateur football side, because without them doing that, nothing else really matters, right? The league has to exist for them to have an impact on amateur football. Do I think they could have gone about it maybe differently? I'm actually not sure, because that the amateur football community is not going to want to see those changes, so it wouldn't have changed the outcome of their process. But I think it's a difficult situation, because, again, what was the problem they were trying to solve? They're trying to make the league more appealing to that demographic. I personally don't think that the rule changes are going to do that at all.
I think that's a great question. It was one of the biggest questions I had, was why? Was the league going to fail if these changes weren't made? I don't think so. But, I guess what they're trying to do, or what they're saying, is that this is going to lead to more scoring, more entertaining games. I don't know that. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think anybody does till we see it. But what do you say to people that think that this is now Americanizing the game, the CFL game that we've grown up loving?
Well, it is. It's bringing it closer to what the 4-down game is down south, in terms of basically every change has inched it towards that. If the change would have been, we're just playing what the NFL plays. Same size field, uprights are in the same spot, we're going to 4 downs. I actually would have been able to comprehend that and process that and make sense of it a little bit better than just this sort of, I don't know. It's a strange hybrid type of football now that we're going to be watching. And I find it kind of interesting that we're taking away some component of, Canadiana within the CFL product at a time when patriotism and being proud to be Canadian has never been higher. So I just found it, there's just, who knows if it's going to work or not. I sure hope it does because I love the league. I just don't see it doing exactly what I think they wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to see it. I actually don't. I don't agree that it's Americanizing the game. I really don't, because I think that you got the width and you got the 3 downs. Yes, losing the 110 and the 55 is a little hard for me. Moving the uprights, I'm like, okay, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does for field goal kicking. And if he claims there's going to be more touchdowns, okay, well, he's going to have a year of data in 2027 to prove that. The Rouge rule is actually what I think the rule should have been for a long time, that a Rouge must be conceded, that you cannot kick it out of. So to me, that actually makes a lot of sense. But I really don't think they're trying to fool people into turning the TV on June 2nd and thinking it's an NFL game. Like, no one's going to, that's not going to.
No one's going to turn the TV on and see the Elks playing whoever and think that they're watching the Miami Dolphins play the New York Jets. And so, I mean, I just.
Okay, so here's the question. Here's because your point is, and the questions Jay and I have asked is like, okay, like I'm open to trying it. Like if the commissioner says it's going to work, it's going to work, and third down gambles and like even Chris Morris was on. He flat out said touchdowns, not field goals. Okay, fine. If that works, that works. Again, they're going to have
So all of this conversation, Reid, is that the problem is that the league wasn't entertaining it.
Which this year it is. This is the best year in years.
So over the last 30 years, how many times has the NFL been a vastly more entertaining product in terms of just points scored, stuff happening? Like, I just don't see it. Like, so they break down sort of the quality of games and they compare them to the NFL. Every single week, there's a report that's generated by the league, shared with the clubs. It shows scoring, all of these different metrics. Mm-hmm. And almost every single week, the CFL outperforms the NFL in terms of just the entertainment value and how they quantify that. So all of these changes say product has not been entertaining enough. I disagree with that.
Okay, so then what if you were in charge? Someday you might be. Well, you are a CEO now. I mean, you could. That's
my goal.
That's building your resume to be CFL commissioner.
Sure. Yeah.
So, what is the problem that needed to be addressed then? If we're wondering what a problem there, because attendance has declined pretty much every year in most markets. Certainly Winnipeg's been up because they've been good. I mean, the Esks had a great team with an absolute stud leading the team in 2015. They won, and attendance went down in 16.
Yep.
So what is the problem that they can fix, and how?
Well, I think some of the energy, and I know there's energy putting towards this, so I'm not discounting it at all, is, the demographic that they're trying to entice is the first time they're going to consume it is probably going to be on the phone in a sort of snapshot moment, 30 seconds.
Okay.
So there's got to be a ton of energy focused on that. And how do you generate that content? By having more people capturing it, by having more cameras capturing it, by creating a show, the show around the league. So that's your graphics package on TSN, which was stale for a long time. They upgraded it this year. Great move. That's adding cameras to the broadcast, manned, unmanned, drone. I could sit here and talk to you about trying to get a drone flown over the field and trying to get that camera angle for probably an hour. Because that was a battle that we fought for a long time, tried to push the envelope, tried to fly it lower, tried to give more angles, tried to have more fun, put cameras in the pylons, in the end zones, put them in the uprights, all of these things. These things give you the content that makes the league look better, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, it's about the production of it. It's having the talent on the broadcast, which they've addressed. They've changed people around. Like, you can't look. Sometimes, let's put it this way: you watch an SEC game, you watch an NFL game, you watch a Notre Dame game, whatever. That is the level of broadcast that people expect. Just period. And when is that delivered for the league? At the Grey Cup. And to some extent, the divisional finals.
Right.
But you got to produce every game like you're, watching LSU play Alabama, Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Like, to me, it's the product on your screen, and then that gives the illusion of everything being bigger than it is, and that drives people to the park.
I have a question that came in because I know probably after the break you're going to stick around for a bit, eh?
Yeah, okay. I can stick around.
Yeah,
I've been given clearance to come home at 6:15 today. So
clearance. All right. Hey, we got beer fridge, This came in from Big Dave, and he says, I have a devil's advocate kind of question for Evan. If the commissioner's job is to get attention on the league, just the controversy of the rule changes has driven more conversation about the CFL than I've heard in years. So has the commissioner not done his job? Does the act of the rule changes and drumming up some controversy and bringing attention to the league, is that a good thing?
Well, the attention is a good thing. There's no question about that. But it'll dissipate quickly and the changes will stay. So that to me is the concern, is that the changes won't have the intended effect. And yes, they've made a splash with this, and I think it's good when there's people talking about the league. I just wonder about the staying power of the effectiveness of it long term in terms of accomplishing what they wanted to.
Where do you think having a season-long, properly run, like a dialed-in fantasy football for the CFL, where do you think that fits into the grand scheme here and attracting that younger demographic that the CFL so desperately needs?
Well, I think that would be great if you had the ability to have some continuity in rosters, right? I think that is a problem because the fantasy to some extent is based on people knowing where guys play and having some familiarity with the names. So the success of fantasy football is driven by the stars and creating the stars, and how do you create the stars with more photos and more video and all of those type of things. So I think it's valuable for sure. There's a necessity to having that in sort of the modern age. It's just more complicated than creating the platform and letting people play because you need to have the star power to do that. So,
all right. If you have any questions for Evan Dom, you can send them in.
He said any questions, folks. Anything you want to know.
780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino happy hour featuring $5.25 drinks available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Evan's going to stick around. We got words of the day coming up. Here's the Coop.
Oilers head coach Kris Knoblauch has signed a 3-year extension. Knoblauch being the team's bench boss since November 2023. And Edmonton has their final preseason game in Vancouver. Stuart Skinner, the expected starter, Vasily Podkolzin back in the lineup as Matthias Janmark is out for a week with an undisclosed injury. Puck drop goes at 8 o'clock. Right now, one game's underway. It's Buffalo and Pittsburgh locked at 0. About 11 and a half minutes left in the first period. On the road, the Oil Kings challenge the Warriors. Edmonton second in the East, 3-1, as the Warriors are undefeated 3 games into this season. Football news, Cooper Rush will take snaps for the Ravens this weekend in Houston. Lamar Jackson out with a sprained hamstring suffered last week in Kansas City. And out East, CFL Week 18 kicks off from Canada's capital. The Riders and Red Blacks hit the field at 5:30. MLB news, Kevin Gausman takes the mound for the Jays tomorrow in Game 1 against the Yankees. Plus, Bo Bichette remains day-to-day, according to Jays manager John Schneider. Bichette not playing since early September, out with a knee injury. The Reid Wilkins Show continues following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
It's wing showdown time at the Canadian Brewhouse. Creamy street corn goes head-to-head with Mexican chili lime. 2 bold flavors battling for your taste buds. Grab them anytime, or just 69 cents every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Bye, bye.
Get your tickets at rivercreekresort.com. River Creek Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Need extra space for products, tools, or seasonal stock? Sentinel Storage gives your business flexible storage and the room to grow. Affordable storage that scales with you. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. Oilers getting ready to go in Vancouver. That's an 8 o'clock game. Preseason ends at the conclusion of that game.
Preseason hockey.
You like it, eh?
Oh, this one's been circled on my calendar.
Only 4 games next year. Oh, well, the regular season's going to start in September next year. How about that? That's a big change.
Now, was that a little tongue-in-cheek?
Preseason hockey is so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. It's not great.
No.
Yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. Buying or selling, by the way, is presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So you have a new job. You're the CEO of Sport Edmonton. So tell us a little bit about Sport Edmonton, first of all.
Yeah, so Sport Edmonton basically is an organization that represents the city's sports and active living communities. So, that's everything in terms of, the members are any sport organization in the city. So if your kid is involved in gymnastics or soccer or whatever, those different groups would be sort of working with us to bring sport to people. And so really the role of Sport Edmonton is to advocate for those groups, whether that's with partners or with the city of Edmonton. It's to provide educational opportunities for them. It's to provide them with some resources, some, grant opportunities and those type of things, some direction on that. And a large part of what the organization's mandate has been over the last little bit with Reid Clark at the helm and the leadership of the board has been legacy projects for major events that come to the city. So, when the PWHL was here for their takeover tour, the WNBA was here, you'll see it with all the future events that are in town as well. There'll be legacy projects, and Sport Edmonton is the group that executes that on behalf of the city and makes sure that there's a lasting impact from when these big things roll into town.
What would be an example of a legacy that would have come? Like we went to that WNBA game. That was fantastic. I mean, Rogers Place was sold out. That was an incredible crowd. But what's the lasting impact in Edmonton? And I assume it's in the basketball scene.
Yeah, that one they did a court. So they did a court. They overhauled a basketball court, an outdoor court, and brought life to that. So it gave that community a new, fresh space to play. And that has been something that I think has been really beneficial in terms of, finding these areas that are, I don't want to say low-hanging fruit in terms of making things better, but they have an opportunity to provide spaces for people to play the game and enjoy everything that it brings to that. So Reid did a great job in that regard, bringing relevancy to the organization, some, profile to it as well. And just looking to try and carry the baton a little bit in that regard, because that's certainly something that was done really well over the last little bit.
Well, you're going to be great in this role because you care about sports in general. I mean, and you're very idea-driven and very thoughtful, and I know you want everybody. You're not just a hockey guy or just a football guy. So this is going to be a great role for you.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm super excited about it because of the multi-sport component. I think people who know me, like you kind of alluded to, I love football. I love hockey. Those are kind of the sports that I've been most closely with in terms of my professional career. But one of the things I loved about being at Canada West with the university sport was the ability to put your sort of dip your toes into all these different sports. And I've always enjoyed that. And dating back to my time at the Edmonton Journal, I was out covering high school football one day, and then the next day I would be at Eskimos practice, and then the next day I'd be at a water polo event, and then the next day I'd be at a judo event. And I love getting insights from people in these different sports because there's sort of a culture with every sport that's a little bit different, right? They attract different people, they bring people together in different ways, but ultimately it's always about building community. So I'm super excited to be in a multi-sport environment again, and football and hockey are going to be part of that.
What's the biggest, I guess, challenge in Edmonton in amateur sports? Is it the ever increasing price structures of these leagues? Is it enrollment? What do you see when you're dealing with these different groups?
Yeah, accessibility is huge, right? And making sure that sport and recreation are accessible to everybody. And I think the city does a really good job of that through the facilities that they have available and keeping the barrier to entry into, if they're rec centers and those type of things relatively low or as low as they possibly can, so that people have the chance to do that. But it is, sometimes it can be a difficult climate for people to get their kids involved in sport. And what we want to try and do is bring the sport community together and provide resources and provide best practices so that there's some efficiency that we can bring and some value that we can bring to the members in making sure that they can do everything they can to ensure that they're operating the way that they want to, and they're getting the support. And taking maybe some pressure off them and providing some opportunities for them to focus on the things that are really important, which is the delivery of sport. And if we can help with some administrative things and some educational resources, and frankly, just bring people together and have conversations. Because I found this almost everywhere that I've gone in my professional career, is all of these things are happening in isolation and they're all good, but it's really important to have somebody who kind of serves as a bit of a bridge and brings the community together. So that's going to be big for me, is trying to create events and spaces and different opportunities for these individual sport organizations to come together and learn and just talk, right? Like maybe there's an opportunity for one to work with the other that allows groups who otherwise couldn't be involved in sport to be involved. So it's going to be a bit of a switchboard role in terms of making those connections, but I enjoy doing that. And nobody succeeds in their own little silo, right? So that'll be something that I'm going to really focus on, is how can I be a community builder?
Yeah. What about hermit silos? I think they're pretty successful. Like a silo hermit, a guy that lives alone in a silo, and that's what he wants out of life.
Well, that's good, but he's not a member of Sport Edmonton, so I don't have to worry about that.
I always have to say something that makes Evan laugh. I try to do it.
Sometimes you make me laugh.
Yeah, or roll your eyes, or walk away from me.
Yeah, usually I just walk away.
Who's the better golfer?
Oh my God, it's not even close. Evan's way better than me. Yeah.
I'm a humble guy, but I'm a better golfer than Reid.
Yes. Honestly, of the people I know who are Edmonton media or Edmonton media adjacent, it would
I don't ever want to be called media, Reid. I need to distance myself.
Well, you were media relations
adjacent.
for a while.
I'm actually not.
Okay.
Well, I'm more than adjacent right now. I'm stuck in the middle.
Like Slav's gotten pretty good.
Slav's a good golfer. I haven't golfed with him, but I've heard he's very good.
He's super intense, but you're very good. I want to get a couple other stories from you here, because some people might not know this. You were with the Regina Pats.
I was with the Pats.
There was a certain gentleman on your team.
Yeah, it was Connor Bedard's rookie season. Yeah, I was in Regina for a grand total of 7.5 months, and it was Bedard's rookie season when we did the East Division bubble at the beautiful Brandt Center.
Right,
and I was there over the course of, I think it was 40 days. I think I was there like 36 days.
Right. Straight. And I remember one day you texted me and you were like, "Do you want to put Connor Bedard on your face-off show?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would love to." Yeah. And he was a pretty good interview at that. Like, what was he like? Or because that was 2 years before he got drafted?
Yeah. Well, so the interesting part about this is I had lots of like some text and phone call interaction. I never met Connor because the players were isolated from everybody else. So they were living in the dorms. So all of my communication was text, phone. There were a couple times I had to drop things for the team. So I would in the rink, I would take a bag of whatever, I needed them to autograph stuff, and I would take the bag and leave it at the top of section 201, and then somebody would scurry up and get it and then go down to the locker room.
It's like a mafia drop or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just find the brown paper bag under seat 7 in row 5. So it was an interesting experience, no question.
But he was, I was impressed with, because he would have been 16, he would have been 16. He was a pretty good interview.
No, he was 15, right? Because he had exceptional status.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he was 15 years old.
He was already getting used to it, I think.
He was getting used to it. Yeah, I mean, I was setting up interviews for him on Sportsnet, TSN, obviously with you, just everybody. There was no shortage of people who wanted to talk to him when he was in the bubble.
But you didn't get the Regina experience of people attending Pat's games and seeing him. Yeah, that's too bad.
No, I didn't, which was disappointing. That would have been really cool. But we played in front of nobody in an empty rink, and it was odd. Yeah, it was odd.
I forgot that was that they had the bubble. But I remember that was when we had the 56 game season for the NHL, and there were no fans in the building. All right. How was your golf game this summer?
I didn't play a ton this summer, to be honest with you guys. I don't know. I probably got out 18 times.
Well, that's pretty good.
That's okay. I used to play. Yeah, there's a few years before I had kids that I was out there 70 times a year. But yeah, 18's all right. I'm going to try and get it up next season. But it was okay. It's weird. So, you play 70 times or whatever, and your handicap is 6, 7, 8 or whatever it was, and you play 18, and you're like, I'm not going to be as good, and it's been the same. So I've just decided practice is for schmucks. So
I agree. I think you reach a point. Yeah. Well, the one round I golfed with you, I only golfed a round and a half this year. And remember my first, I think I was even par after 4 holes. And you were like, you should golf less.
Yes. Well,
remember I birdied one of my nemesis holes at Riverside. I birdied the 3rd, and you were like, what are you doing? Have you been golfing all summer? I'm like, no. And then I think I hit a couple other good shots, and you were like, you need to play less, Wilkins.
But there's some truth to that, right? Like
off.
Rest is sometimes what you need.
Especially at my age.
Well, especially at Reid's vintage, yeah. Aside from the Ranch Golf and Country Club, which is, it's one of Edmonton's favorite courses.
It's a good track, yeah.
What is your go-to track in Edmonton?
Edmonton area, Coal Creek, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
I love Coal Creek. Yeah.
So Coal Creek, it's
out kind of by Toefield, yeah.
Ish, right?
Yeah. So it's about, I don't know how long it takes me to get out there. About an hour or so, something like that. And it's awesome. Like, I've never played there, and the greens are pristine, like unbelievable. And I know they've had the Alberta Amateur out there, and when it's windy, it can be testy too because it's pretty wide open. But that is a great course, unbelievable shape.
I've always liked Colonial. I always thought Colonial was a fun track.
Yeah, in Beaumont. Yeah, just outside. Is it in Beaumont or just outside?
It's right in
Beaumont.
Pretty much there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Colonial's a good track. Cougar Creek out on the west side, I really like Cougar Creek as well. Yeah,
we went there a couple of years ago. Yeah.
So we're pretty lucky in Edmonton, and frankly in Alberta, it's world class golf around the province. So whether it's JPL or go to Banff or Kananaskis, and you're doing sort of a destination one, or if you're in the Edmonton area, there's just so many good tracks.
Yeah, and you must have watched the Ryder Cup and thought, what are they complaining about that? Reid yells at me every shot like that.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to the professional level, I think your skin gets a little thin.
Right.
Yeah. You got to toughen up on the, I don't even know what our tour would be called, but it would, would be partnered by some sort of second-rate operation.
Could be the tour for the St. Vincent's.
The St. Vincent's School for Poorly Coordinated Boys. Yeah. That's where I would be the golf teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
All the golfers would be like, all the parents would be like, my kid got worse after Coach Wilkins started golfing them. All right. Evan Dom's the CEO of Sport Edmonton. How can people find out more about Sport Edmonton, get in touch, all that stuff?
Yeah, sportedmonton.com. My contact information is on there. So if you're a sport organization or you're somebody affiliated with sport in the city, happy to have conversations. Got lots of emails and stuff and messages over the last 24 hours from people who want to figure out how we can work together and keep going on some projects that are underway. So I'm really excited about the opportunity. Very thankful for my time at the Elks. Very thankful for sort of the journey to get here, and looking forward to getting after it officially on Monday. So I'm here. I'm like, this is like a volunteer right now. Like, I'm not even on the clock. I just like you guys so much. I wanted to come see you.
Well, and as I often say to people, your appearance will be neither appreciated nor compensated.
That's exactly how I want it.
We could celebrate his appearance by doing a couple limericks for him.
Let's do some limericks now. I'm sure Evan's excited for that.
I'm ready.
Sure. This one comes in the inbox, 780-218-9999 from Box Pounder. The man with the handle VR always got laughs at the bar. The nasties agree he's SD worthy. His limericks made him a star.
That one was good.
Pretty good.
That was really good. Cheers, guys, from Box Pounder. Okay, we've got Bronco Nick. He says, here's my limerick. Happy Friday. Today we finally finished preseason. Any more games would be treason. Jays will win and give me a grin and maybe order Indonesian.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Even got his
specific
dinner order in there. I love that.
Good. And this one comes in going by the handle of Velvety Ramen Montenegro. Denny's blind ranking of bench bosses by their career number of losses. A master of prose, Gene totally knows puns to hit you in the proboscis.
Oh, that's really good.
Wow.
That is excellent. Put that up for Limerick of the Year, too.
I gotta make a folder here.
Yeah.
Proboscis. That's
excellent. We got some creative people out there. Yeah, which is good because we really don't have any in here right now.
That's true.
Well, the strength of this operation is not the people behind the microphones, it's the people listening to the stuff that you guys say.
100%.
That's very true.
So embrace it.
We got to get you out to the Esties.
Yeah.
Or the Nasty Bash. You haven't been to neither, right?
No, I haven't been to either of those, but I would love to attend either of these Edmonton Sports Talk
we have our
related
fun
events.
spiel.
Yeah, I would like to do the fun spiel.
And the EST Golf Classic as well. You should come to all four. Right?
Well, Sport Edmonton should be involved in this.
Sport Edmonton
fun
should be
spiel.
involved. You can come out as a CEO and schmooze and have some fun.
And spiel.
Kiss
I'll
babies.
Spiel it up.
You know?
Are there babies at the fun spiel?
Well, we could create some babies and have them there for you to kiss.
Like real babies or dolls? Like you just have like a row of dolls.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I said you could come out and kiss babies. You know?
Come out and kiss babies.
Listen to your partner here. He's saying words.
I've
Open your
listened to
ears.
too much hard rock in my life. My hearing's deteriorating.
That's true.
Sport Edmonton, Evan Dom's the CEO. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Congratulations on the new gig. I know I give you a hard time pretty much constantly, but you're going to do a great job.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, gents.
All right, words of the day coming up. Here's Coob.
The Oilers have signed head coach Kris Knoblauch to a 3-year extension. Knoblauch entering the final year of his current deal. Staying with the Oilers, Matthias Janmark is out at least a week with an undisclosed injury. Plus, Matt Tompkins has been recalled from the AHL Condors. Tonight, Vasily Podkolzin makes his return to the lineup on a line with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Andrew Mangiapane. Puck drop for that one is at 8 o'clock. Right now, one game's underway. Philip Tomasino has the Penguins up 1-0 over the Sabres. About 2 minutes left in the first frame. After that, the Wild and Blackhawks clash at 6. Well, the Flames and Jets drop the puck at 7. NFL news. The Ravens have ruled out Lamar Jackson this week. They play Houston Sunday. Jackson missing practice all week after spraining his hamstring last week against the Chiefs. Cooper Rush gets the start. In Ottawa, it's the Riders and Red Blacks just getting underway. They're scoreless about a minute and a half into the contest. On the diamond, Kevin Gausman has emerged as Toronto's Game 1 starter in the ALDS, which begins tomorrow against New York. Jays and Yankees playing for the first time in the playoffs, with Bo Bichette still day-to-day with a knee injury for the Jays. The Reid Wilkins Show wraps up for the week once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Derek Van Dies from NHL.com. Nuge is going to start with Podkolzin and Mangiapane. So what do you make of that line?
Well, one thing is that they're going to get second pairing matchups. Two, I think Nuge is still a great playmaker with a guy that in Podkolzin that the Oilers are hoping to get 14, 15 goals out of this year. Mangiapane is a guy that can score. Put him with a guy like Nuge who can be a playmaker. He can set up plays.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi LaValle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
All right, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Great to have Evan Dom in studio. We wish him the best, his new venture as CEO of Sport Edmonton after a little over 4 years with the Edmonton Elks. We had Gene Principe on the show earlier, had a good chat with him. Jay was fired up over election signs, well, poorly done election signs.
Yeah.
If you're fine with competent election signs. And, of course, Kris Knoblauch getting a contract extension with the Edmonton Oilers. Though Kris Knoblauch, as a Golden Bear, was coached by Evan's dad, Rob Dom.
Well, I learned quite a bit. He was always calm and composed, organized, and always he had a teacher mentality. He went to school to become a teacher. I don't think he ever was a school teacher, but I think he treated his hockey team as like a classroom, and he was always teaching us how to be better. And I always had a lot of respect for him because he treated us with a lot of respect, but he was always organized and wanted to get the most out of the players.
All right, and Kris Knoblauch will be on the bench tonight in Vancouver as the Oilers wrap up their preseason against the Canucks. The Oilers' expected lineup is McDavid with Draisaitl and Frederick, Nugent-Hopkins between Podkolzin and Mangiapane, Tomasek with Howard and Kapanen, Philp with Henrique and Savoy, Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Stetcher as Wallman remains day-to-day, Kulak with Emberson, Stuart Skinner in goal, Calvin Pickard as the support goaltender. I think I'm going to stop using the term backup. I'm gonna go woke. He's going to be the support goaltender. Backup's too demeaning. He's the support goaltender.
Can you imagine?
He's like the support animal.
Can you imagine
what
if
do you
that
call
was
an
deemed
animal?
Insensitive?
What do you call the help?
Emotional support animal.
But what about the dogs who an assistance dog, like that actually might help somebody who's visually impaired, or
like
I think
don't
those
pet.
are called assistants. Yeah.
What are
I actually think that's amazing. Don't you like
that a dog can help you cross a road?
Yeah,
Yes,
just the
very.
dog. And don't they have dogs who are trained? Because aren't there some diabetics like who are really, and they can know if there's going to be a seizure?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's all related to diabetes. I'm sorry, but
they can warn you or something.
If they sense that it is pretty amazing.
That is very amazing. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but what else could we call the backup goaltender? The support goaltender. The goaltender in waiting. Oh, that sounds weird.
Goaltender in waiting.
Well, it all sounds. Everything I say sounds weird, quite frankly.
Well, it just depends on the context.
Service dogs. The service goaltender. It's the service goaltender. He has to wear coveralls. We, of course, are Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta.
Reinforcement.
The reinforcement goaltender. That's a good one. Yeah, the reinforcement goaltender. Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you could have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting all in one place. Players can get a $50 casino bonus by depositing $50 using the code EST Casino. You can get a $50 free sports bet by depositing $50 and using the code EST Sports. Don't forget to use your game sense. Yes, thank you, Box Pounder. We didn't know we were going to talk about this. Dogs can detect epileptic seizures and I think help warn, right? We are our 100 thumbs. We were out of the gate, slowed down a little bit as the day went on. People's thumbs got a little lazy.
Are you kidding me?
That's Dustin Nielsen.
That's him.
Do I still have that Cornelius interception? Where is it? Is this it?
I don't care what I just put in my mouth.
Oh no, that's something else.
What is that?
That's you.
What is that? I've never heard that.
Here it is.
In trouble, trying to get away. He will not. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? He throws it away. It's picked up and brought back by Captain Thomas. Touchdown, Hamilton. What is happening? The Ticats Oh my goodness!
Classic Dustin.
What is he doing?
Yeah.
Classic.
But have you ever seen, like you'll see the support animals or the assistance dogs, like they'll be in training.
Mm.
You know, they'll take them to a mall or someplace like that to get them used to being around a lot of people and noise and being focused. It's amazing that they can do that.
It is.
Dogs
it is
are wonderful.
Very amazing.
Yeah.
And they're usually like the dogs, you just want to give them a big hug.
Yeah, because you want to
love
be like,
them because
thank
good
you for
job,
helping
buddy.
that person. Yeah,
but
you can't do that.
Hands
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But
do you think Coop would be a good support animal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'd sniff anything. He'd just love you. He just loves you. He'd come up to you and
But could he like lead you through an obstacle course?
You know, he'd probably run you into a lot of objects just because given his height. He's so low.
Right.
Or height, as some say.
Yes. He has a low height.
Yeah, he runs short.
We're running a little bit short tonight, as David Lee Roth might say.
I can barely feel it.
Speaking of David Lee, I wonder what he's up to.
Whoa! Whoa!
Really see the road from the heat coming off. We, of course, are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Canadian Brewhouse, win big this football season at the Brewhouse. Enter for a trip for two to Super Bowl LX, plus weekly prizes and $1 off Budweiser and Bud Light tankards. Details at the CanadianBrewhouse.com. All right, you're going to the rodeo?
Yes, sir.
Right away. We got to finish the show. Well, we got to stay till 5:55. Do you want to go now?
No, I'm good. We got words of the day.
Words of the day. Let's do it.
Well, Saskatchewan, by the way, it looks like they've scored early. They are up. It says 6-0, so I don't know if they missed the convert or if it just hasn't happened.
Convert pending?
Pending.
The pending convert.
The pending convert.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay. No, yesterday, did I do okay yesterday? I think
2.25.
I think I did okay.
Yeah, 2.25 out of 4. We're going to see if we can bump up those numbers a little bit. It's going to be tough.
Well, are these hard today? Are these from you or from a guest contributor? Pardon me, from a guest contributor. Okay.
From me. First word is gibbous.
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 Wow, I do not know this word. I could go a few different ways with this. Gibbous.
Gibbous. Gibbous. Gibbous.
Well, I don't know this word at all. I'm going to go with my second instinct. Gibbous. I got it. Holy crap. That was a shot in the dark.
Good job.
That was like, hey, anybody see the spelling master around here?
I think I hear him coming now.
Gibbous. Gibbous. That makes me think of a gibbon, like that kind of primate. Probably has nothing to do with that.
Do you want to use
I will
it in
sacrifice the half point and take the sentence.
The waxing gibbous moon provided the perfect lighting for a night of spooky storytelling around the campfire.
So, is it something that is obscured by clouds? Or is not as bright as it could be? Something that is somewhat obscured.
It kind of is, Reid. So I'll give you the actual definition. We can settle out on the points, okay?
Well, you determine the points.
Gibbous is most often used to describe the moon or a planet when it is seen with more than half, but not all of the apparent disk illuminated. You were somewhat there, although you didn't refer to the moon.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just said any light source. Probably 0.3.
Yeah, we'll give you.
Well, I think it's worth more than 0.25 because I got there, but I was still. Yeah, I don't think I should get the full half though. Do you? No. Because I said something that is obscured or not at full illumination.
Do you remember what number Craig Ellis was?
23?
33. 1.3. You'll get 3-3.
Okay.
So 1.33. So 1 point Craig Ellis out of 2.
Okay. That's not bad. I'm glad I got the spelling. That was a small victory for me.
Second word of the day.
Take any victories I can get.
Cacography.
Let's go, girls.
Cacography. Well, okay, I'll go with this. I don't know about this one. Cacography. What the heck? It could also
It's like
be.
cacography.
It's got to start with a C.
I will say you are correct.
CACAGRAPHY. That's what I was going to say anyway. That's wrong.
One letter off. CACO.
Oh,
GRAPHY.
Yeah, I probably should have figured that out. I should have figured because I put cacography. It's cacography.
Cacography.
I am going to say that this is, what could I make a wild stab at for this? I'm going to say that this is the study of shelled insects, like hard-bodied insects.
Good guess.
That's a good guess. That's shocking that's
really
a good guess.
Not really. I was trying to be nice. Cacography refers to, it's a noun, bad handwriting or poor penmanship.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you could use that, I think. So you ended up with 1 point, Craig Ellis, out of 4.
Yeah, not bad. My spelling was okay. Gibbous.
Interesting.
And cacography means
messy writing.
Messy writing. So now we can be like, Dustin, I can't read this for your cacography.
Yeah, your cacographic style of writing is terrible.
It made me think, but it could be like someone who cheers for the Riverhawks. Caca, because isn't that their thing?
Yeah, it is. Caca.
All right, you got to go to the rodeo.
I'm out of here.
It's not your first rodeo. I'll be watching, Sask Ottawa's on tonight. I'll be watching the Oilers. Great week, everybody. Fun show today. We're back on Monday. Oh, Hello Hockey's tomorrow at 10. Don't forget that with Guzzola and Belzy. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Take care, folks.